Choppy, I got you. I got you. Mwah! That was just for you, Choppy. Drunk Jackbox? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I hope to see you guys all back for the stream again tomorrow. And I love you all so much. You want me to twerk for you, Nilo? There you go. That's all you get. All right. I love you guys. I hope to see you guys all back later. And come on, man.
Don't worry, Howard. The flock is free.
Come on, man. That's actually breaking me up. Oh. So unnecessary. That was so unnecessary. Move along. Move along. That's how it moves. What the fuck? Someone clipped that. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. It would just be this. For like, oh, I'm playing Among Us. Ha ha ha. Like, come on. That
To sing. Josh, do not sing.
Understand.
No.
I'm gonna love you to the very end.
Stop. Stop.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Okay, time's up. All right, it's time to pick dates.
Those were atrocious ass notes. Hang on, big camera. Big. Oh fuck. I feel like it was just last month you were doing 8 months. Get it? Oh fuck. Dude, thank you so much for the 9 months, man. Holy shit. Oh fuck. Wait, is something wrong with my? Uh-oh. Did it not add? It should have added. Fuck. NP. NP. Where's it? There. Mod. NP. Are you at Wonderworks? What's the name of this place? Wonderworks? I don't even know what this place is called. I didn't drive here. I am so sorry that I just spammed you guys. I am so sorry about that. I don't know what was going on with OBS. It did not want to cooperate, so I just had to go. I had to restart it a few times. And for whatever reason, it only decided to tell me it was having issues after I pressed go live, which I fucking hate, and I'm so sorry about that. If you got pinged more than once, I'm sorry. Hi Kira, welcome in. You are first today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Cheers to you, my friend. I'm drinking a Monster. Stole that shit from a regular viewer. Fuck yeah, you did. Fuck yeah, you did. You stole it. Oh my god, it's me. Oh my god, it's me. I'm in the corner of my own stream. It's so meta. Sorry about that. Alright, we're starting from scratch. I don't give a fuck. Don't remind me again. I hope you're doing well, Kira. It is good to see you. How have you been? I've been alright. I'm a little disappointed that I've died. 11 times now. 11 times now. Fuck, this is attempt 12. I actually need to update that. This is attempt 12. Here we go. Imagine dying in this game before completing it. I know, I'm sorry about that, dogbone.
Before it's too late.
I'm too ass at video games to be good at them. Alright? It's a problem. Do you need a YouTube video playing in the background? I mean, I can put one. I haven't been very active here. I know, I've missed you.
What is that? Behind you.
Oh, come on. Expect me to fall for that?
What you got, dogbone? Put it in chat. I'll see it.
What the hell are you?
I'll see if we should watch it. I've been doing all the housework in my boyfriend's house because I'm moving. Oh shit, that's exciting! Congratulations, Kira. What is this video? It's a fucking Rickroll.
I heard the rumors, but
Markiplier cheat FNAF 2.
you're not supposed to be reading.
Who tore this place apart?
Oh, I saw this one on my recommended the other day. Is it good? I haven't watched Markiplier. I never watched Markiplier though.
Where is Black Mask?
I don't know. He's here for Commissioner Lowe. Maybe one of his men knows where he's headed. Emergency situation.
Like, I was never a fan of Markiplier, so I would not really be invested in watching whether or not he cheated when he played FNAF.
Watch him! Watch him! All right, enough with the fight.
I'm just fancying the bed movie to a room by myself. Damn!
I'm going to make you tough.
Damn, look at you. Doing the hard labor around the house. That's the way that I have felt since moving in. I'm like, oh, since moving in here, to my house, I'm like, if I want something done, I have to fucking do it. Like, I have to fucking take care of the shit I want to take care of. It's a strange feeling. And it's one that, like, I didn't properly recognize until I got my own house. Like, even in an apartment, I didn't really feel that. I just want to point out, I have not gotten hit yet. We're doing a no-hit run. We're doing a 0 damage run of the series. Let's see how... My fat, lazy Lars boyfriend is so fat and lazy. He's at work getting my... Let's do the whole series with 0 damage. That'll be round 2 of this challenge. If I take any damage at any point in the series, I restart.
That's what got you into this in the first place.
Imagine. I think Killer Croc's gonna be the first one to hit me. I don't think I'm gonna make it to Killer Croc without getting hit. I'm probably gonna get hit in this next fight. This is my favorite challenge video, so I can't do that. I can't do that on this game. I could maybe do that on Asylum, but I definitely can't do that on this game. Because I know every encounter in Asylum very well. Look at that, I didn't get hit in that one either.
That area of the floor is weak. I can use my explosive gel.
What is happening? Since FNAF 2 is coming out soon, I thought it was fitting. I can put it on. I can put it on, Dogbone. If you want to watch it, I'll put it on for you. For my boy. Hang on. How's that lined up? It's a little off. How's that? That's a little off too. I actually like that much better though. Hang on, let me size this properly. There we go. Okay. Your cat's such a dick. Damn. I'm sorry.
If you were a fan of FNAF at any point...
Alright, let's find out if Markiplier cheated his way to his FNAF 2 win.
There's no doubt that you know who this guy is. Markiplier is often credited with the explosion of FNAF's popularity into mainstream culture back at around 2014 and 2015. In combination with the other Let's Play YouTubers and YouTubers that focus on the lore of the series, Mark's gameplay videos offer viewers a way to experience FNAF without actually playing the games.
The video's kind of quiet.
Markiplier was known for more than just playing through these FNAF games. Today, he's often referred to as the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, and the reason for that is his completions of FNAF's max modes. You see, in every Five Nights at Freddy's game, the main game is just that, Five Nights at Freddy's. It spans over the 5 nights that you'd see in a normal work week. But once you complete night 5 of the main game, some additional content is unlocked with a new 6th night, with the animatronics on an even harder difficulty. Complete that night and you unlock the custom night, where you can now create
Dude,
your
my
own
cat is the
night
same
by
way. My
manually
cat will
adjusting
act like
the
she
AI
loves
of each
you, and then she'll
animatronic,
just start
making them
biting you,
harder
and it's
or
so
easier.
mean.
Since the max difficulty
I don't think she
setting of every
realizes that biting is a mean
20
thing.
AI, it didn't take long until players began to attempt 420 mode, or 2020 mode as it was called back then. Markiplier was one of these players, and on August 21st of 2014 would complete the original 2020 mode in
420.
FNAF 1, demonstrating his skill within the game. Around 3 months after the original FNAF had blown up in popularity, FNAF 2 released and continued to build the hype around the series.
Mine's a
In
kitten.
this new
She's
game, with
she's
more than
like
double
4
the
months
animatronic
old. She's
count
like
of
4 or
the
5 months
first,
old.
viewers were
She don't
eagerly
know.
waiting to see if the king of FNAF would attempt the now hardest challenge within the series. All 10 animatronics in FNAF 2 set to 20 AI or 1020 mode. And on December 14th,
You beat this one, right, Dog Bug?
2015,
This
Markiplier
challenge?
would do just that, uploading a video in which he completed 1020 mode in FNAF 2. This was the video that really cemented Mark's place as the king of FNAF. But as the years went on and people began to understand more and more about how these FNAF games work under the hood, some questions began to arise as to whether or not Markiplier legitimately completed 1020 mode in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Some animatronics seemed to be missing from certain parts of the video, and there seemed to be some weird cuts all throughout it. And those suspicions are what we are here to investigate today. Before we continue with this video, I do want to make it explicitly clear that I do not hate, nor do I want people to hate Markiplier. I grew up watching Markiplier. Markiplier is one of the most genuine and down-to-earth people on this platform. I don't want this video to seem like a hit piece made out of pure hate. I just think it's cool that the technical FNAF community is so knowledgeable about these games that with just 15 to 20 seconds of footage, we can tell exactly what's happening within the game. It also gives me an excuse to go a little bit deeper into my favorite original FNAF game that hasn't been seen on this channel in detail in quite a long time. Regardless of what your opinions are, remember it's just a game that he played 10 years ago at that. Don't go into Markiplier's comments and harassing him. Please keep things to yourself, be respectful, and most importantly, enjoy the video.
I'm still doing the
Now,
no-hit
before we
challenge.
talk about what was truly going on in Markiplier's video itself, I'm going to spend the first part of this video talking about exactly how FNAF 2 works. I won't be going over how everything in this game works, as it does get very deep with some super niche information. I'll just go over everything that is relevant in order to investigate Markiplier's completion. Because of the nature of this video, whenever I talk about anything relating to how FNAF 2 works, I'll put the source code from the FNAF 2 MFA file in the bottom left corner here to show exactly where I'm getting my information from. And before anyone comments about this, yes, all code and gameplay that will be showcased in this video is from version 1.031 of FNAF 2, the same version that Markiplier played 1020 on. The first and most basic thing to go over applies to almost every animatronic in the game, and it's how they move throughout the building. Most FNAF games operate on a system known as movement opportunities. This concept can be broken into two pieces: AI values and intervals. In FNAF 2, all all intervals are exactly 5 seconds. This does get a bit wonky on older patches, and we'll get into that later, but just for the sake of this explanation, assume that every interval is exactly 5 seconds long. On every 5-second interval, all regular animatronics within the building will have a chance to move based on their AI value. Foxy and Golden Freddy here work a bit differently, but they aren't really that relevant for anything in Markiplier's completion, so we won't have to talk about them here. Now, let's use Withered Freddy as an example for how movement opportunities work. We could pick anyone in this group here, but Withered Freddy is my favorite animatronic of all time, so we'll go with him. Withered Freddy starts out in the parts and service room, and on his next successful movement will move to the main hallway. So on the next 5-second interval, the game looks at Withered Freddy's AI value. For this example, let's say his AI value is 10. Now, the game will roll a random number between 1 and 20. If this number is less than or equal to Withered Freddy's AI, he will move into the main hallway. Think of it like the animatronic rolling a 20-sided die in order to determine if they're going to move. In fact, this analogy has been used so much that you can almost think of it like the frame rule bus analogy from Super Mario Bros. Speedrunning in FNAF terms. If you've been paying attention, then you might have picked up on the fact that when the game rolls the random value to compare against Withered Freddy's dice roll, it's a value between 1 and 20, the same range of values that we see on the custom night screen.
I beat Croc
This
without
is why
taking
20
damage.
is the
That's
max
crazy.
difficulty, because on 20 AI, it wouldn't matter what Freddy rolls. He's always going to be rolling a random
That's
number
crazy.
less
I
than
beat
or
Croc
equal
and
to
still haven't
20.
taken any damage
so he's
yet.
always going to be moving on every 5-second interval. To simplify this further, however high an animatronic's AI value is, that AI value over 20 is their percent chance to move. So for 10 AI, what's the chance? 50%. 15 AI,
This is the one I'm beating the whole
75%.
challenge on this run.
25%. Now, there are a few things within FNAF 2 that we have to talk about regarding animatronic movement in combination with movement opportunities. Firstly, animatronics cannot move backwards in FNAF 2. Every regular animatronic has a starting camera and a return point. The starting camera is where they will start at the beginning of the night, and the return point is the camera that they will return back to after they're cleared from the office by using the Freddy mask. As you can see in this clip, after Toy Bonnie leaves the office, he does not go back to Cam 9, but instead returns to a closer camera. For some characters, these cameras are one and the same, but for others, their return points can be much closer to your office than their starting cameras. The only regular animatronics that don't follow this movement rule exactly are Mangle and Withered Freddy, who have two 50-50s in their movement paths. Everyone else makes a beeline straight for your office. This will be super important for later in this video. So remember that animatronics cannot move freely around the building like in FNAF 1, 3, 4, or 6. They are always on a direct path towards your office. Secondly, animatronics in FNAF 2 are never truly at 20 AI. Even when set to 20 AI in custom night,
They're not?
FNAF 2 will hard cap most of the animatronics AI at 15,
What?
with Golden Freddy being capped at 10 and Withered Foxy capped at 17. The reason for this
Why?
is to keep some randomness at play even on 1020 mode. So remember that for all regular animatronics, even if you set their AI value to any value between 15 and 20, the game will cap it at 15 when you enter the night. So we know that on 1020 mode, every regular animatronic has a 75% chance to move on every 5-second interval. Keep that in the back of your head as it's going to be super important later. Now, before we move on to analyzing Markiplier's video, I'd like to give thanks here to It's Taken for helping me with this section and everything that you're going to see from here on out in this video. Now, with all of the background knowledge out of the way, we can discuss Markiplier's video itself.
Let's get into
Before
the
we
video.
get into the math or anything, it's important to consider why we're even suspicious of this run in the first place. Well, to put it simply, it's because Markiplier didn't include the full uncut run of 1020 mode. But it's not just that.
Why?
Yes, it is strange that he didn't include the full completion, especially considering that for both Sister Location and FNAF 1, max modes that he did before and after 1020 mode, he did leave in the full run. But you might be saying, well, Mark cut his runs of 420 on FNAF 4 and Nightmare Aggressive only on FNAF 3, so why aren't we talking about those as well? It is true that he cut the footage up in FNAF 3 and FNAF 4. However, I'd like you to pay attention to the placement of his cut at the end of his FNAF 2 run specifically. Here, I'll play the clip.
I'm sweating, I'm crying, that was awesome and awful, I hate it, I never want to do it again. Okay, so on the rumor mill, Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Oh, I need a minute. Okay, so the rumor is Five Nights at Freddy's.
After Markiplier completes the night, he doesn't just go to the custom night to show off his Golden Freddy star, or even re-enter the night to show off the Golden Freddy plushie that you obtained from beating 1020 mode. Instead, he insists that he has to catch his breath after beating the mode, then transitions using a crossfade to the custom light screen where Golden Freddy mode is marked as completed. At no point do we ever see Mark go from the menu to this Golden Freddy screen all in one cut. This led people to speculate whether or not Markiplier had played on an easier difficulty than true 1020 mode, then passed the recording off as legitimate by cutting up the footage. In fact, Mark even acknowledges cutting the footage in this exact way as suspicious in his FNAF 3 Nightmare Aggressive Only completion, in which he did a very similar cut.
Aggressive nightmare mode. That is aggressive nightmare mode. Complete, legit, done. Not that it matters because my webcam fell over and I could have cut in between there like, yeah, I was doing Fast 9 no errors radar. But goddamn it. Oh man.
The only reason that we aren't talking about that run as well is because there's virtually nothing to go off of in his winning run. Whereas in FNAF 2, as you'll see, there is quite a bit of evidence. I guess the idea might have been a bit fresh in his mind. As early as 11 years ago, a user named Villain Decay brought this up on the r/FNAF subreddit, and I promise, dude, I will avenge you because this man got mauled in the replies. So let's rewind a bit. We know that Markiplier is constantly cutting up the footage throughout the video, so the only footage that matters to us right now are the last 18 seconds after the last gameplay transition, from 9:09 to 9:27, since this is the only raw footage that we know for a fact is from the winning run. If we look closely at this footage, you might notice that something seems a little bit off. Here, I'll play the clip in full. If you don't see it at first, within Mark's footage, there isn't a single sighting of any toy animatronics whatsoever. We only directly see Withered Freddy and Withered Chica. But it doesn't just end there. Remember earlier how I said that movement opportunities and that 75% chance would be really important for this video? Well, there happens to be two characters that make the likelihood of this run being legitimate decrease drastically. They are Balloon Boy and Mangle. Now, what makes Balloon Boy and Mangle special in comparison to the rest of the toy animatronics that are also missing is that they both have distinct sound cues that they play when they move throughout the building, meaning we're able to know if they fail movements even if we can't directly see them. Balloon Boy's movement path is as follows. He starts in camera 10, then moves to camera 7, then 3, 1, 5, and your vent blind spot. He doesn't have renders for cameras 7, 3, and 1, but based on the code that I'm showing in the bottom left corner, you can see that those are indeed his movement paths. On every movement except for his very first, you'll see that this alterable variable b of cam 1 is set to a random number between 1 and 3. These values for alterable variable b correspond to the 3 respective sound cues that Balloon Boy can make when moving between any of these cameras.
Hi. Hello.
So we know that every time Balloon Boy isn't in camera 10, he has a 1 in 4 chance to stay silent on every 5-second interval. Mangle is similar. She starts in camera 12, then moves into 11, 10, and 7. From here, Mangle will move into the office hallway, then cam 2. She then has a 50-50 to either move into cam 1 or into the vent. If she moves into cam 1, she'll move back to cam 2 on her next successful movement. If she moves into the vent, she'll move into the vent blind spot after 5 seconds have passed and you pull up the cameras. As I stated before, along with Withered Freddy, this makes Mangle one of the only characters in FNAF 2 that can move somewhat randomly, albeit only between 2 cameras. What's important for us though is how Mangle's sound cues work. Once Mangle is in the main hall, the game uses a similar structure to Balloon Boy to play her sound cues for further movements. In fact, it's the exact same structure, with a random number being pulled from 1 to 3, and each of those numbers corresponding to a sound cue that can be heard throughout the building. The only difference is that Mangle's sound cues are produced by her being in a range of positions called Hear Footsteps and then moving, or moving into that range from cam 7, whereas Balloon Boy's happen in his movement code itself, which results in the same outcome. In this case, it sounds like a metal clanging. The only difference between Balloon Boy and Mangle is the variable name, B for Balloon Boy and M for Mangle. So we know that Mangle's movements from the main hall into the office hallway into Cam 2, Cam 2 to Cam 1, and Cam 1 to Cam 2 will all play some sort of universal sound cue, basically anything in this area of the building. We also know that Mangle will return to the main hall upon being cleared, meaning that any movement that isn't her going into your vent will play one of these 3 sound cues.
That must be where Enigma set up shop.
And we know that Balloon Boy will always play a sound cue if he's past his first movement. Now let's watch Mark's winning clip again. Remember to keep your ears peeled for any sound cues. Well, that's a bit strange. On top of not seeing any toy animatronics, we also don't hear any sound cues from Balloon Boy or Mangle. This is weird, but just how weird is it? Well, along with some theoretical math that we'll get into later, I also decided to do some field research by collecting some 1020 runs that I know are legitimate. First, I have Oh Look It's FNAF's completion of 1020 mode, the first recorded completion, which was a raw recording in its entirety. For extra insurance, I also went ahead and downloaded the 1.031 patch of FNAF 2 that Markiplier was playing on, and beat 1020 mode with the same old strategy on that patch. If you'd like to see that full video uncut, it's up on my second channel. So let's look at the last 15 seconds of footage from those 2 other completions.
Bro's a cheater. Markiplier is a cheater. We don't like him anymore. All my homies hate Markiplier.
And you think this is going to destroy Gotham?
Well, that's a bit strange. In the last 19 seconds of Oh Look It's FNAF's completion, the same length as Markiplier's ending clip, we heard 4 sound cues from Mangle and 4 sound cues from Balloon Boy. In my run, we heard 2 sound cues from Mangle and even see her physically, and 2 sound cues from Balloon Boy. I mean, that's a little odd. It seems like for both other clips, there was quite a few Mangle and Balloon Boy sounds. It's not just the last 15 seconds either. In fact, if you take any 15 seconds from either of these legitimate completions, that isn't at the start obviously, we hear Mangle or Balloon Boy at some point. And that's based only on sound, not even seeing other toy animatronics or counting Balloon Boy's silent points when he's in the vent blind spot, even though he is physically visible. And yes, I not only beat 1020 true old strat for this video, but I also sifted through both of these recordings for 2 hours straight, marking out every single 5-second interval and seeing if Balloon Boy and Mangle made any noises. So if you'd like to make this very tired man really happy, if you learned something new, or you're just enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It means the world to me. Now, back to the game. How weird was Markiplier's last 19 seconds, statistically speaking? This clip is approximately 19 seconds long, meaning 3 5-second intervals took place within the clip. We know that everyone moves on 5-second intervals, so if we hear a bang in the vents, we know that that happened on a 5-second interval, and we can use that to map out all the intervals within the clip. For this section, I'll be speaking in video timestamps when referencing intervals. We hear vent bangs at 9:13 and 9:19, but we don't hear any at 9:24, meaning an interval did pass, as it was 5 seconds away from the last vent bang. But no one was close enough to the office to enter the vents or leave them. We also know that the last interval to happen before this clip had to have been at 9:08, 5 seconds before 9:13. Keep this in mind as this will be important for Mangle specifically later. This means that in the last 19 seconds of Mark's completion, he passes over 3 intervals where either Balloon Boy or Mangle could have made their sound cues. We also know that Balloon Boy couldn't possibly be in camera 10, where his next movement is silent, as right when the clip starts, Mark still has the mask on from a blackout, and we don't hear any immediate banging in the vents. When a vent animatronic that isn't Toy Bonnie leaves the vents, they'll always play this audio file. And since we don't hear it at the beginning of the clip, we know that Balloon Boy couldn't have possibly been cleared before this clip started. So he can't be in camera 10 at the point of the clip starting without failing any extra movements. Now we know that in order for this clip to be legitimate, Balloon Boy had to have failed his movement on all 3 intervals, totaling at 3 failed movements. Mangle is a bit more complicated. Unlike Balloon Boy, Mangle's sound cues last pretty long, ranging from 2.2 seconds to 4.7 seconds. Why is this important? Well, remember that this clip fades in at exactly 9:09, and we know the previous interval before this clip started would have been 9:08, meaning even if Mangle's random sound cue selection ended up on her shortest sound cue, Metal Walk 2, we'd still be able to hear it as the clip transitions in. If you think I'm just cherry picking here, we can look at earlier clips in the video that were played on actual 1020 and hear this exact thing happening. If we look at 322 to 329, a clip where Mark dies at 325, you can hear a Mangle sound cue from an interval that occurred before the clip started.
God damn it, damn you!
So let's try and pinpoint the best possible position Mangle could be in to favor Mark's odds here. For Mangle to not make any sound cues, we'd have to have her moving from cam 2 into cam 6, as she doesn't make a distinct sound cue on that movement. And we can reason that for the sake of Mark's defense, the banging in the vents is Mangle. We know that Mangle cannot have possibly moved into the vent on the 908 interval. Why? Using the same logic that Balloon Boy couldn't have been in cam 10. If Mangle were to move into cam 6 at 908, we'd be hearing the last 2 seconds of vent walk 1 as the clip starts. So even in the best case, Mangle is guaranteed to fail a movement at 908. From here, things are a little bit more open-ended, and we have to account for that. Mangle and Balloon Boy are special characters, and not just how they make sounds when they move throughout the building, but also how they enter your office, as they are the only 2 characters that can sit in your office without jump scaring you. For this reason, Scott coded the game such that Mangle and Balloon Boy aren't able to move into your vent blind spot unless the cameras are pulled up. This doesn't apply to other vent characters like Toy Bonnie or Toy Chica, with Toy Bonnie just needing the light to be off to move in and Toy Chica just moving in regardless. This is important to us because the last interval in this clip happens when Mark is just sitting in the office. So if Mangle is in camera 6 during this interval, it works in Mark's favor when calculating the odds, as she doesn't need to fail a movement here to stay in camera 6. This leaves 3 possible paths in which Mangle can move after she fails the first movement opportunity. She could not move on both intervals, she could not move then move into the vent, and she could move into the vent and then not move. Since all 3 of these events can satisfy this condition, we compute the probabilities of each one, then add them together. Now, we multiply that with the odds of Balloon Boy failing all 3 of his movements, which comes out in total to 13 over 4,096. This is a low chance, but it's still possible to happen. Though, if we consider any case where Mangle isn't starting in camera 2, the odds get dramatically worse, instead resulting in 1 in 16,384. But remember, this is only factoring in 2 animatronics. There were no sightings of any toy animatronics across this entire clip. We only saw the original 4. That's right, we only saw the original 4 animatronics. Come to think of it, why did Markiplier react so hard when he saw the 3rd star in the menu? You get that from 420 mode, not 1020 mode. Ooh, shit. If we circle all the way back to when we were first talking about why this run was suspicious, it was because of the cut after Markiplier beat it, cutting from the menu to the Golden Freddy custom night screen. Why didn't he just go straight to the custom night menu all in one clip? Because his winning run wasn't performed on 1020 mode, it was performed on 420 mode. Doesn't it make a lot of sense? We don't see any toy animatronics in the entire clip, and the odds of Mangle and Balloon Boy being in positions where they can't be heard or seen are very, very low. But to me, what's so weird is how Mark reacts when he sees the 3rd star. You see that he pauses for a moment, sees the star, then pops off even more than he already was. However, you don't get this star from 1020, you get it from 420 and only 420. If we go into the save file for the game, you'll see these variables, C1 through 10. All of these variables correspond to a custom night preset within the custom night menu. If one of them is set to 1, then you obtain a specific reward for that preset. For 420 mode or C1, you unlock the gold star. For new and shiny, you unlock the Toy Bonnie action figure. For double trouble, you unlock the Bonnie plush. For Night of Misfits, you unlock the BB plush. For Foxy Foxy, you unlock the Foxy plush. For Ladies Night, you unlock the Chica plush. For Freddy's Circus, you unlock the Freddy plush. For the Cupcake Challenge, you unlock the Cupcake. For Fazbear Fever, you unlock Withered Freddy's microphone. And for 1020, you unlock the Golden Freddy plush. All of these events are completely exclusive to their own presets, meaning if you beat 1020 and only 1020, you would still have 2 stars. Why does this matter? Well, Markiplier didn't have any of the rewards on his desk for any of the other presets. He just went straight into 1020 mode. You can even see in the clip from 525 to 540 that when Markiplier dies and the game goes back to the main menu, he only has 2 stars. He had never played any of the presets before 1020. So if he went back into the menu after beating Golden Freddy mode and only Golden Freddy mode, he should have seen this. This is a file that I had beat 1020 and no other presets on. And as you can see, I have the star in the custom night menu, Golden Freddy is on my desk, but I don't have the 3rd star in the main menu. So we determined that Markiplier played 420, acted like it was 1020, then cut the footage to the custom night menu to show the supposed proof that he had beaten 1020 mode. But if he didn't beat 1020 mode, how did he get these stars in the custom night menu? Believe it or not, FNAF games are insanely easy to cheat, especially the first and second game. The most well-known method is a simple cheat code. In the first FNAF game, by pressing C, D, then the plus key on the number pad of the keyboard, you could instantly jump to the winning night frame and skip the night. This also worked in FNAF 2, with the added condition that your cursor had to be over Toy Freddy's nose on this poster in the office. However, this method wasn't discovered until the code of both FNAF 1 and 2 was decompiled, which happened after Markiplier's video. But the other well-known method was known way before his video, and that method is file editing. When I previously covered this topic in the Technical FNAF Iceberg video, a lot of people were defending Markiplier by saying that he wouldn't be able to figure out how to file edit. And if anything, that just kind of seems like an insult to the guy's intelligence. If anyone here has ever played modded Minecraft, it's essentially just that, but even easier. If you're on a Windows computer, just press the Windows key and R at the same time to pull up the run window. Then type in %appdata% and go into the MMF applications folder. Open Freddy 2 in any kind of text editor and boom, you can now change your save file. By just setting C10 to 1, you've now beaten Golden Freddy mode. Plenty of tutorials on how to do this existed before Mark's video, and if you still think Mark wouldn't be able to figure this out, here's a Steam post from my profile in 2015 that I made at 9 years old. I finally beat 1020 mode. Yeah, I am sure you did, buddy. If 9-year-old me can figure it out, I'm sure Mark can too. And that was about where I was ready to wrap up this video. The extremely low odds when only factoring in 2 animatronics, the fact that 0 toy animatronics were seen anywhere in the last clip, combined with the suspicious cuts that weren't present in his sister location in FNAF 1 videos, and the 3rd star, all point to the theory that Mark pretended like he was playing 1020 mode while actually playing on 420 mode, then cut the footage, edited his file for the supposed proof that he had beaten 1020 mode, then made a jump cut after acting like he needed to take a breather. But I decided to take one last look at the rest of this video, and that's when I found something that makes this a whole lot crazier. Bring out the detective thread board because things are about to get even more interesting. I think even without this next part of the video, it's pretty clear what happened. But this was just a lot of other weird stuff that I found in every part of the video that isn't the last 19 seconds. YouTube videos back in this time period didn't have much editing involved. They were more carried by the personality of the content creator. So I was able to map out every single cut in this video and analyze and compare every single clip throughout it. The first thing that I noticed was that there were some stark contrasts between some of the clips at the beginning of the video and some of the clips near the end of the video. I first went through every clip and applied the same tests that I did on the ending clip, listening for Balloon Boy and Mangle's universal sound cues. Out of the 37 total clips, in 5 of them, Mark was at the very start of the night explaining something to the audience, so we'll disregard those. In 2 of the clips, he dies too early into them to make anything out. Then in 27 clips, with 15 of them being deaths, we either see or hear Mangle or Balloon Boy in some way. And with how much more active everyone generally seems to be, we can safely say that these clips are likely to be on 1020 mode. That leaves clip 18, 20, 35, and as we already discussed, the 37th clip in which Mark completes the night. When I was first piecing together the rest of this video after initially studying the last clip, I was looking for something, anything that was changing between clips so that I could possibly link them together. Obviously, nothing in the game would work, but maybe something in the face cam will. So I began to study the face cam in between clips and see if anything at all changed between them. Well, I noticed that sometimes when Mark dies, he tends to touch his hair in some way, meaning that if his hair was in the exact same position throughout multiple different clips, then those clips are likely to be from the same run. This isn't exactly concrete, but it was what led me to consider that maybe other parts of the video, aside from the last 19 seconds, should also be looked at and taken into consideration. And if you look really closely at the top left corner of Mark's hair, you can see this tiny strand that pokes out and casts a pretty noticeable shadow on his forehead. And we see this across all of these suspicious clips. 18, 20, 35, and 37. You can even see in transitions, like clip 35 to 36, how it disappears then reappears on the transition to clip 37.
Continuity error.
Applying the BB and Mangle tests from the ending clip to all of these clips with the hair strand, we have these results. Some parts of these clips are just absolutely insane, like in clip 35, where we don't hear a single vent noise.
Come on. Hello.
Some others also just kind of come off as like bad acting. Like in clip 18, what is bro stressing about? No one is here and he has like a full box. If we take all of this into consideration, it's very likely that these 4 clips were all part of the same winning run, and were stitched in with 10-20 fails to give the illusion that the run was legitimate. I also decided to keep track of the nighttime during each clip, which led to some even weirder findings. Of all of the clips in the video, Mark is only shown to make it past 2 AM in 6 clips. The 4 clips with the hair strand that we talked about being part of the quote-unquote winning run played on 420 mode, but also 2 additional clips. In clips 25 and 36, we do see toy animatronics, and we don't see the hair strand, so we know it's not part of the clips that could make up the 420 run. But everyone just seems super slow, or just not as active as they normally would be in 1020 mode. This is especially evident in clip 25, when the danger ambience, that FNAF 2 meme noise that everyone knows and loves, completely stops.
Ah! Ah! Oh, fuck. So lucky.
If you don't know how insane that is, this danger audio plays not just when someone is in the hallway or in the vents, but if anyone is in cam 5, 6, 1, or 2. Do you realize how insane that is? At 4 AM and 10:20, no one was even remotely close to Mark. The intervals for this clip are as follows, so we have 3 movement opportunities total within the clip. In order for the danger sound cue to completely stop, assuming best case odds that everyone was just magically cleared from the office the frame this clip started, 4 animatronics would have to fail 3 movements in a row, as their return points are only 1 camera outside this range. Freddy would have to either fail one of his 3 movements, or succeed all 3 movements and hit a 50-50 to move back into cam 7. Balloon Boy would have to fail at least 1 movement, so accounting for the fact that his movement could be any of his 3 intervals, we use this formula. And Toy Freddy would have to fail 2 movements, but we account for the fact that it can be any 2 movements, and that comes out to, in the absolute best case, 1 in 240,136,397. Best case. I also want to make it clear here that the situation in which everyone is at their starting positions the moment the clip starts literally cannot happen in normal gameplay. If we were to somehow simulate something like this happening, at the very minimum we need 2 extra failed movements from Withered Bonnie or Withered Chica in order to keep them in their starting camera as everyone is being cleared, which bumps the odds up to a cool 1 in roughly 4 billion. Now, I've played a lot of FNAF 2 in my time, and I will tell you firsthand, I have never, ever seen a clip of legitimate 1020 where the danger ambience completely stops, making it highly unlikely that this clip was played on 1020 either. If you're curious about the other oddball clip, while not as impressive as the 1 in 4 billion, is still decently rare. I'll throw up the math on screen for this one, but it all boils down to there only being 1 sound cue in this clip from Baby and Mangle, when you're expected to hear around 6 on average, which comes out to a 1 in 782. Magnitudes below clip 25, but still pretty rare nonetheless. All of this leads to the fact that Mark, at least on legitimate 1020, might have not even gotten past 2 AM. Since every clip past 2 AM either has the hair strand with no toys and no BB or Mangle sounds, we know it was part of the quote-unquote winning run played on 420 mode. If there's no hair strand, the clips just have insane odds that make it seem very unlikely to have been played on 1020 mode. And honestly, this does kind of make sense. The way that Mark was playing in a lot of these clips just isn't really the correct way to play the old strat. He's winding for 4 ticks then pulling down the cams in some of these clips, when you normally wind for 6 at the absolute minimum. And as someone who beat 1020 with the true old strat, you need every tick you can get. The left vent characters in Toy Bonnie are extremely punishing to your music box. Now, if we look back at everything from the perspective that Mark was playing legitimately, he would have to cut the winning night footage such that only the last 20 seconds were shown on camera, react to the star that is obtained from 420 mode despite never being seen with it before his win, react so hard and be so mentally overwhelmed that he's forced to cut to the Golden Freddy custom night screen, gameplay that doesn't really match up with how you're supposed to play the true old strategy, and never seeing a toy animatronic past 2 AM, or just having odds that make it extremely unlikely to be on a 1020 setup. I guess there is no definitive 100% proof on the matter.
Bro, this guy is a fraud.
I
hate Markiplier.
I think that it's pretty clear that Mark just beat 420 mode and inserted fails of 1020 mode throughout the video in order to make it look like he was playing on true 1020. So this begs the question, why did Mark do this? Well, Markiplier isn't known on YouTube for his insane gaming skill or anything. He's just known for being a funny and entertaining guy. And he didn't mean anything bad by faking his run. It's not like the video was any less entertaining. But it's also important to consider that the style of content people would upload back then was so much different than how it is today. These days, we see YouTubers uploading maybe once a month, with high quality, movie-like edited videos.
That's true.
But back in those days, you'd see big name Let's Players dropping on the daily. Mark even says in his video that FNAF 3 is on the horizon, and he likely felt pressure to get this video out before FNAF 3 was released. He tried 1020 at first, and realized that the luck, skill, and most importantly time required for it just would not work with his schedule and upload frequency. And in all honesty, I get it. The pressure to get videos out at a reasonable frequency is insanely taxing. Trust me, I have been there plenty of times. Why do you think I used to mentally break down in almost every video when I was on my come up back in the summer of 2024? Not because of the challenges themselves, but the pressure to get them out and satisfy the audience. It's a very real thing. And as someone who dedicates their life to these FNAF challenges, it has taken me months at a time to complete some of the hardest ones. Granted, those are more so from building up skill over a long period of time instead of just getting lucky like in 1020 mode, but even as a victor of 1020 mode with the true old strategy, you still need an insane amount of luck to complete it. And it definitely took me longer than the one recording session that Mark was willing to give it. And that's coming from someone who sweats day in and day out at these games. As a casual gamer who's just trying to have a good time and make an entertaining video, I don't think anyone should be super surprised that Mark did this. Ultimately, Markiplier is an entertainer first and foremost, and in order to satisfy the quota for upload frequency back then, he really didn't have a choice. As speedrunner Carl Jobst once said, people don't cheat for faster times, they cheat to get those times faster. Now, I'd like to dedicate the last portion of this video to addressing some common counter-arguments that I often see regarding Mark's 1020 completion. The first and most common counter-argument that I've seen has to do with how Mark edits the footage, with something along the lines of, well duh, Mark cut his footage, you wouldn't want people to sit through a ton of footage. And that would be fine, except for the fact that he cut the footage at the single most important point where you shouldn't cut it to prove that it was legitimate. And remember from earlier in the video, Mark knows this and acknowledged it in his Nightmare Aggressive Only completion. It also doesn't help that Markiplier showed his 2020 mode completion of FNAF 1 in its entirety. If he didn't want the footage to be repetitive, he definitely wouldn't have left it all in there, as FNAF 1 has the single simplest gameplay loop on top of having the longest nights. I just don't really see the argument here. And if you were to argue that Mark was editing his footage more as time went on and his channel evolved, then why did he also have his sister location 1020 win uncut as well in that video? It just doesn't really make any sense. The only other counter argument that I've seen, as funny as it sounds, is that Mark is just a lucky guy. Listen, I want to believe this as much as you guys do, but you have to remember that in this case, luck is the secondary aspect of what we're looking at here. The only reason that it was worth looking at the odds of these clips was because Mark reacted to the third star in the menu and cut the footage. If anyone got crazy luck on a full raw recording of 1020, there wouldn't be a reason to doubt it. The math just backs up the theory that he faked the run, but that theory was originally created from the strange cuts. There was also a counter-argument that because Mark said that he was playing for 9 hours, the probability should be adjusted for the amount of runs that he played in that time frame. I initially thought about adjusting for this as well, but as I was talking to It's Taken about it, he brought up a good point. The odds of animatronics not appearing would only factor into the overall probability if they had a direct correlation to failing runs. For example, let's look at the ending clip. In the last 20 seconds of the night, whether or not BB or Mangle move doesn't matter. If they're just moving around, it has zero correlation to the win rate of the night at this point. Therefore, the number of runs that Mark played doesn't really affect anything. It only adjusts the probability by how likely you are to die to those characters in that situation. He could have played 1,000,000 runs, and the odds that Balloon Boy and Mangle produced by not moving during those last 20 seconds would be the exact same. If you compare this to something like XOR spawns in Ultimate Custom Night, where the win rate is very dependent on the RNG there, then attempt frequency matters much more. And hey, who knows? Maybe across all of these clips, Mark just had some spiritually insane luck. And if he posts the raw footage and it's somehow legit, I will retract everything I said in this video and call it a literal miracle. With that said, I do want to reiterate the point that I made at the start of this video. I do not hate Markiplier, and I do not want people to hate Markiplier. I just thought that it was cool to do an insanely deep dive into the code and math behind this little game
I hate
called
Markiplier
FNAF 2.
now because
People
of you.
really wanted to see a deeper dive into this subject from when I first covered it in the technical FNAF iceberg video, and I'm sorry it took so long to get this out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And hey, if you're new here, why not subscribe and check out some other videos that I've made where I
Markiplier
take on some
absolutely
insane
cheated.
FNAF challenges. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please keep your thoughts to the comments of this video and channel. Don't harass Markiplier. Peace.
Don't harass Markiplier. No, you just radicalized me. I'm gonna be in Markiplier's DMs tonight. Wow. You got any more videos you want to watch? Epstein's friend isn't happy about the emails. Sure, let's watch that.
There's been a lot going on in regards to the Epstein files and been a bunch of emails that have come out. It's been kind of a smorgasbord of new information, surprisingly. And there's even apparently going to be a full release of the Epstein files. It's been voted on, it's passed, but I'll believe it when I see it. I've talked about this on stream. I am fully expecting this to be
I wish
same
Charlie
shit,
was a
different
little more
toilet,
optimistic
repackaging the
sometimes.
same material that's been released from the Epstein files 5 times now. I swear to God, these Epstein files have been remastered more times than Last of Us. They keep re-releasing the same information over and over again with a different coat of paint. They're not actually releasing new Epstein files, but they keep pretending that they are, or that what they drop is new Epstein file information. But when you actually look at it, it's the same thing that was released years ago. That's what I'm expecting here, but I would love to be proven wrong. I would love if this is finally some real unredacted new information that implicates some horrible evil people and real punishment comes their way, actual justice for the victims. We'll see. I have my skepticism about that. But another thing that's happened in regards to everything Epstein related is those emails that the committee has released. And there's a lot of mysteries there, of course, the biggest being who is Bubba and what cock was in Trump's mouth potentially. And along with that, there are a lot of other people that have now been thrust into the spotlight here for their close association with Epstein, one of them being a goober named Larry Summers. Now, maybe I'm just a Neanderthal who's living under a rock, but I'd never heard of Lawrence Summers until this. But just look at the political power he's had for so many decades.
That guy has had a lot.
He was the 8th director of the National Economic Council under Barack Obama's presidency. He was the president of Harvard from 01 to 06. He was also the United States Secretary of Treasury under Clinton. This is a very powerful guy.
That guy's
and
been.
when these emails came out, people were quick to notice Lawrence Summers was very chummy with Jeffrey Epstein, even going as far as to have Epstein as his fucking wingman. He was trying to suck farts out of Jeffrey Epstein's ass looking for tiddlywinks of advice on how he could fuck one of his students, a mentee, as he referred to her as. It is so creepy. It is vile, disgusting shit. Larry Summers has been married since 2005. These texts and emails were from 2018 to 2019. Him trying to get Jeffrey Epstein's input on how he can have sex with this student of his. And it's just this series of whiny messages from him, this pathetic loser-ass shit that you'd probably find in, like, the foulest corners of Reddit. And Larry, no carry about his marriage, Summers, is begging on his hands and knees for Jeffrey Epstein to bless him with the guidance so he could have sex with this mentee of his. It is so fucking gross. And these are just what is now publicly available in their messages exchanged. Like, it is probably a lot deeper than this connection between Larry Summers and Jeffrey Epstein. This is just what they have, like, physical evidence of with these messages. I have no doubt Larry Summers being this close, where Jeffrey Epstein will refer to himself as Larry's wingman, I have no doubt these two have probably been in cahoots for a long fucking time.
Oh yeah.
It is scary. Now I also saw a clip here that someone recorded in their class at Harvard where Larry teaches, and he actually addressed what students were seeing from all of the Epstein information. This was after he made his statement of regret about his connection, calling it like a major error in judgment to communicate with Jeffrey Epstein, the most infamous pedophile in our fucking history. And he had a little bit to say about all of this, you know, hoopla going on.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein, and that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activity for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations. And so, with your permission, we're going to go forward and talk about the material in the class.
No, Larry, you don't have my permission to continue teaching. How about instead of going over the material, you go over to the nearest prison and throw yourself in one of the fucking cells? Woo! Because it feels like the justice system's never going to do that for anyone that's closely associated with Jeffrey Epstein and all of his fucking crimes. So why don't you take it upon yourself to do that for us? Now, this video's like a day and a half old. There was an update to this story last night. He is not going to be finishing his teaching obligations at Harvard. They're investigating his ties to child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, and they have made the correct decision to remove him from his position teaching here, which to me sounds like a no-brainer. One of the things in the emails that was revealed is Larry Summers trying to fuck his mentee, one of his students that he was mentoring. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to keep him in that position. That's like keeping the big bad wolf in a classroom with a bunch of little piggies there. So that was the right call, taking him off of that position during this investigation. And I feel like it's probably a pretty easy investigation when there's already a ton of evidence to his close ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The question that remains is, how close are those ties? Did he visit the island? It seems like he was very buddy-buddy with Jeffrey Epstein. I cannot imagine that these 2018 and 2019 exchanges are like the only things that they ever talked about. If I was a betting man, I would make a strong wager that this communication is not the first time they've been closely talking. I don't think Jeffrey Epstein would jokingly call himself Summer's wingman based off of only a few text messages over the course of that year. I would wager that
really
they have
gross.
been very close for a long time, and I imagine Larry Summers is
Ray
implicated
Palpatine
very
is in the
deeply
files.
in a lot of the Epstein files that we just haven't seen all of yet. And it seems like Sin City was corroborated by a lot of outlets reporting that his correspondence with Epstein had extended for over a decade after Epstein had already been sent to jail for soliciting a minor for prostitution. So it's not like Larry Summers wouldn't know this about Jeffrey Epstein. He was talking to him all the way up until like the day before he got arrested in 2019. There's no way Larry didn't know who Jeffrey Epstein was and what was going on there. I just don't believe that. He can call it like an error in judgment all he wants, but he literally had already been arrested for soliciting a minor for prostitution, and that is the guy that Larry Summers was going to frequently for advice on trying to fuck one of his students. I feel like there is no world where Larry Summers wasn't closely tied to Jeffrey Epstein for a long time and wasn't privy to what was going on behind the scenes with Epstein's operation and all of that shit going on there. Now, going back to that video briefly, I find it baffling that Harvard didn't immediately relieve him of his position after the information came out, like while they were about to conduct an investigation. I don't know why he was allowed to go into the classroom and give his statement, like his POV on everything here, and it seems like was even going to continue teaching in some capacity to this classroom. He went in there with, you know, his PR speech like, hey guys, listen, look, you may have read some not so good yucky things about me and Mr. Epstein. I know, not a great look, but we have to remember your minds are hungry and I'm the chef. It's my duty to teach you, so we're here. Get your pen and paper out. Let's go, Poindexters. I have a teaching obligation to fulfill and I plan on doing that. Also, unrelated to everything, I have slots available for mentorship if anyone wants to be mentored by me, you know, to see me after class. Anyway, though, it's time to get back to the teaching.
My ties with Jeffrey Epstein.
Like, I understand they need to investigate the claims, but while doing so, he shouldn't have been allowed back in the classroom in the first place to teach or say that he is going to be able to continue teaching. Like, addressing the elephant in the room is somehow enough, and now all of a sudden he's allowed to be able to still give lectures. Who the fuck is going to want to sit there and listen to this guy who is apparently close friends with Jeffrey Epstein? Like, I'm surprised everyone didn't immediately just get out of their seats and walk out of the class.
Bill Clinton
Maybe they did. It's a very short video. It's entirely possible they did. I just find it odd, is all. Anyway, just wanted to yap a bit about Larry Summers for a bit, and that's really about it. So, yep.
Let's see. All right, we'll just be in the YouTube autoplay. Evil wife. Sure.
I just watched an extremely interesting case presented by the Law and Crime Trial Network that I just had to share with all of you because it really feels like the plot line to a late 90s soap opera. It's got an evil wife, and let me tell you, she's a real battle axe, and she's hatched a nefarious plan to poison her husband for life insurance money, allegedly. I hate that I have to use the word here because the overwhelming amount of video evidence and everything makes it very clear that that's what was going on, but apparently you gotta say that word when talking about something like this. But anyway, that's not where the whole story stops because the husband becomes aware of it, but can't act on it right away, so has to continue to play along with the woman that's actively trying to kill him. And then when he eventually takes it to authorities, they initially don't act on it, so then he has to gather even more evidence. It's just so fucking wild, and I just have to show this to all of you. Because this really does feel almost make-believe. It feels like something Darman would write if instead of making, you know, don't judge a book by its cover videos, he made murder mysteries.
A military wife is now charged with attempted first-degree homicide after her husband allegedly caught her on camera pouring bleach into his coffee maker. He says it was all to get life insurance benefits.
It really does make me giggle every time allegedly is thrown out in a case like this where you can actually just watch it happen on the fucking Jumbotron. And especially with this one because the husband was super thorough with all of the hidden cameras he set up. So you can get like a 360-degree video of all the poisoning attempts. You got every goddamn cinematic angle imaginable. and yet still allegedly poisoning attempts. Again, I fully understand why they have to keep saying that word here because she hasn't been found guilty in court yet of all of the charges. But I mean, it's pretty clear. The answer to this game of Clue is Feliciano in the kitchen with the bleach and coffee maker. Like, we can tell.
The man, quote, suspected someone was tampering with his coffee, and in May 2023, while still in Germany, he set up a camera in his house.
He caught her, damn, fucking on camera.
The husband alleged his wife used bleach as a form of poison, storing the chemical under the sink.
This is one of many videos that capture her pouring bleach into his coffee pot. So he became alert to something a bit off about his coffee and suspected tampering with it. And I imagine he was able to taste something was wrong immediately. Bleach is like one of the most agitating chemicals you can ever fucking ingest. Like, coffee is not going to disguise it. It's not like the perfect Trojan horse to deliver bleach into your system. You'd probably take a single sip and immediately go, pooey, yucko, wow, like, ouch. That doesn't taste like coffee, it tastes like fucking poison. You would have better luck shitting into his coffee pot and hoping he doesn't notice. There's at least a chance coffee can mask poop, but not bleach. Like, even if you have no taste buds, you would probably feel something is wrong with your coffee with bleach being mixed into it. So immediately, I imagine, he was tipped off that something was very awry here. So he set up the camera. I don't know if he immediately suspected it was his wife. Maybe he thought there was some kind of like burglar coming in to fuck with him and pour bleach into his coffee pot or something. I don't know if he immediately started to point fingers at his wife. I imagine he probably did, because I mean, who the fuck else is gonna break in there and pour coffee or pour bleach into the coffee unless it's like the Tooth Fairy out for revenge or something. So I don't know how surprised he was to see that, but I still imagine that that was traumatizing to know that the person that you are married to, the person that is the most important person in your life, is actively trying to kill you.
Court documents state that at the time, during May 2023, the husband, quote, stopped drinking the coffee but continued to pretend to drink it as he did not want to make a report of this while in Germany. He said he knew his wife would continue poisoning him and wanted to submit a report while in the US.
This is such an interesting conundrum. So he didn't want to make the report while in Germany and continues to fake drink the coffee, playing a game of pretend here. And then also, I assume, pretending that everything's okay in the marriage between them, even though he knows in the back of his head, his fucking wife is trying to kill him. And his wife doesn't know that he knows, so she continues to make attempts to poison him. When I try to picture this situation in my head, I immediately just start thinking about the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but without, like, the guns. So instead of, like, dumping lead at each other, shooting at each other, it's his wife really insisting on trying the coffee. A new recipe, perhaps. So, and he's just like, oh, this is good, very good, but he knows.
1 month later, in late June, the family returned to the United States and was stationed at an Air Force base in Tucson, Arizona. At that point, additional cameras were set up. Video captures Feliciano Johnson pour something into the coffee pot and look over her shoulder to see if anyone is watching. By early July, her husband reported his findings to the Tucson Police Department.
So this ruse continued for over a month, with the husband pretending to keep drinking the coffee, giving his best Oscar-winning acting performance.
Yeah, I fucking love Two Towers.
Honey, this coffee is so good. Wow, delectable. Rubbing his tummy, all of that. I also can't help but wonder if he tried to, like, mess with her a little bit. Not trying to poison her, obviously, but, like, make her believe that the poison was working. Like, did he start faking a sickness or something? Did he start, you know, making it seem as though he was falling ill in order to see how she'd respond?
No!
Like, he just, you know, puts a thermometer in his mouth and he's, like, looking real pale and he's like, oh, babe, I don't know what's going on. I'm not feeling too good. Making a bunch of, like, coughing noises to see how she reacts.
Dude, that movie came out right after 9/11.
With, like, joy in her eye that her plan is working. Or if he just simply kept drinking this, or pretending to drink the coffee, and his wife must have thought that he was fucking immortal, just legitimately immune to poison. Which is a pretty scary thought, and pretty concerning considering he lived with her and went through this for over a month
Honestly,
now
I don't think it
with someone actively trying to murder him. And if she really thought that bleach had no effect on him, like he's just built different, bleach doesn't work, I just would be worried that she'd try other things that maybe he didn't pick up on, or wouldn't have picked up on if it continued, you know what I mean? But anyway, he gathered all this evidence and then brought it to the authorities.
Showed the officers at the front desk the video, but since you could not clearly see what she was pouring into the coffee maker, the report was taken with no follow-up. At that point, he purchased additional cameras disguised as fire alarms. He set them up in the laundry room and in the kitchen area where the coffee maker was located.
So it wasn't actionable evidence because they couldn't clearly see what she was pouring into the coffee maker. So the guy says, alright, fuck it, check this out then. You need more? I got you with more. So he sets up a ton of cameras, gets every possible angle here. He's got so many cameras set up, he could probably render his whole house in VR with this kind of setup. So he's got everything covered. Now you can clearly see that she's pouring bleach into the coffee maker in certain videos. And he even goes a step further by conducting his own at-home experiments to confirm his theory.
That smells. I can smell it. I can smell it. Soapy. Tea. You're gonna see purple. Boom.
Science, bitch. Now we're breaking bad here. So he's got even more proof, not only with the video evidence of his wife pouring bleach into his coffee pot, but now he is confirming the presence of the bleach in the coffee pot even after having it drained all day and all of that. Now he has an overwhelming amount of proof against his wife.
Feliciano Johnson was caught on camera multiple times, appearing to pour bleach in the laundry room, walking it into the next room, and then pouring it into the coffee maker.
What
After
would
collecting
possibly
multiple
be her
videos
defense
that showed
for
her
this?
allegedly
I
pouring
can't
the bleach
imagine
into
you'd
the
have a
machine,
defense for this. It would just be
Feliciano
like,
Johnson
yeah, I
was
tried to
arrested
kill my
on
husband.
July 18th.
I'm assuming she did all of this while the husband wasn't home because she is pouring the bleach in the laundry room and walking it to the kitchen, so
can't
literally walking through the
possibly
house with
defend
bleach
that.
in her hand. If the husband ever saw that, she would immediately know that he would know that something is really fucking foul going on here. Why are you
don't
transporting
clean
bleach around the house? Like, what
dishes
could
with
possibly
bleach.
be the excuse, you know? Oh, babe, you're home. It's great to see you. What do you mean,
That's
why
how
is the
you
bleach in my
die.
hand? Oh, actually, I just wanted you to just take a peek at it real quick. Just tell me, does the bleach smell weird? Splash. You know, like, there's really not a whole lot of wiggle room for an excuse on why you're transporting bleach from the laundry room to the coffee maker. So, again, I assume he just wasn't present for
Bleach is
it.
not
But then it makes it
supposed to
really
be
interesting
ingested.
watching the footage here because she keeps looking over her shoulder. So it's an interesting look into the human psyche and kind of just basic human instinct, where when you're doing something fucked up, when you're doing something diabolical, for some reason, you just can't help but double check your surroundings to make sure no one's peeking in on you, even when you're completely alone. Anyway, just something I felt like pointing out. Overall,
Dude, that's
I'm
how I
happy
feel
to see
every
the
time I
husband didn't
masturbate.
get poisoned, and I'm happy to see she got arrested and is now facing these charges here. So hopefully justice will be served. I can't imagine a world where all of this evidence is presented and they're like, inconclusive. It's fine. You're overreacting. You're out of order, Buster. Your wife was just making you some real nice coffee with the extra flavor juice to it. So I imagine she will likely face serious time for this. I mean, it's attempted first-degree homicide, apparently. So, or allegedly, excuse me. So yeah, I just wanted to share this story because I just found it to be super fascinating. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah.
You're using the data you've stolen to black.
This makes me mad.
I played a lot of RuneScape as a kid, so I'm very well versed in scams, and it really shattered my trust in people and taught me early on that you can't always put your faith in strangers to tell the truth. Maybe they won't actually double your money. And I think that this led to me
What?
being better at identifying
You're not
scams
gonna
in
just
real life,
show up in
but it
my
doesn't make me
life and
immune
give
to
me a
them
bunch of
either.
money?
When I was a freshman in college, I fell for the oldest trick in the book, a timeless classic prank, fake being homeless with a sign and beg for money on the streets. A scam that has stood the test of time. It's people that just panhandle on the street pretending to be homeless and try and get money that way. It's actually very lucrative. Sometimes people that do this make
Yeah, you
anywhere
make
from
a
60
lot of
to
money.
100 grand a year off of this shit. It's fucking despicable. The reason
make a
I'm
lot
bringing
of
this
money
up is
just
because
standing there
on Reddit
asking
this
for
week,
it.
a video went viral, and it's from 2017. It's an older video, but it's a video of a woman in
Seriously?
Richmond
How low
who
is it
pretended to be
getting?
homeless and was exposed.
One Punch
for
Man
it.
was so
She
good.
even eventually got arrested, but I'll get to that towards the end of the video. But I wanted to go over this video because I think it's not only a very entertaining video with the way she responds to being confronted, but also a bit eye-opening as to the depths people will sink to get a quick buck. This scam in particular has always greased my ass. It infuriates me. People that just take advantage of others' willingness to help, their good nature, it's just so fucked up. But I'll quickly tell my story since I was a victim of this scam when I was younger. I don't know if I've ever told it, I'm sure I have at some point, but when I was a freshman in college for the first semester, I used to commute to university, and I always took the same route, just like a little NPC that never
1.8.
deviates
Jesus
from the
Christ.
schedule. I would always go down one road in particular that had a guy standing at the corner of one of its major intersections. This guy, he looked disheveled, he had a curly white beard, it looked like fucking jolly old Saint Nick, Santa Claus had fallen on rough times, and I'd always see him talking to people, and he was always smiling. He just seemed like a really nice guy. And he had a sign that had every fucking sad tale you could imagine. I'm a homeless veteran, my dog ran away, my wife divorced me and took the kids, I broke my leg in a bowling accident, and I have lung trouble from the time I spent as a coal miner. Any money you can spare is very much appreciated. God bless. It sounded like a fucking country song, and it was heartbreaking to read. So every day, Monday through Friday, I'd give him $20, sometimes $40 if I had a little extra, and I did that for about a month, or a month and a half maybe. But then I got hit with a shocking plot twist straight out of a Darman video. I swear to God, it would have been less painful to find out I was adopted. One time when I gave him money, the last day I gave him money,
I haven't watched
I really wish I
season
could remember
two
what he
of
said
One Punch
verbatim, but he
Man,
hit
so
me with something
I'm
to the effect
obviously
of,
not
really
anywhere
appreciate
close
all
to
that you've given
watching
me. My
season
apartment
three
over
yet.
in this area isn't super cheap, so I appreciate it because rent's been going up.
I don't know that I'm gonna
I
watch
wish I could
season
remember
two.
exactly what he said though, but those were the cliff notes. That was the main bit of lore that he dropped there. That he had an apartment in that area, it was expensive, and it looked like it was going up, so me giving him that money for the last month and a half was a little helpful.
I watched
And that's when the
season one. I
realization
liked
hit. My
season
universe
one.
melted around me, and it sunk in, the reality. This guy had used me like a fucking fleshlight. This guy wasn't homeless at all. He was a
Velma
fraud,
What was
a
the lowest
faker,
episode of Velma
a
rated?
goddamn drama club thespian leader here with his acting performance on the side of the street for the last month and a half. That area he would stand in was an extremely expensive area of Tampa. So to have an apartment in that area, he was already making a lot of money. And I was just another piggy bank for him to dip his little cock into. I
don't think I'm
was
gonna make this.
furious. But I couldn't confront him about it, obviously. So
Yeah.
instead I just said, yeah, no worries. Drove off and then started taking a different route to university. One that was an extra 15 minutes out of the way, but just one where I knew I'd never have to see him again. I was beyond mad. I went so far above mad, I just wrapped around all the way to sad and upset. Like, I used to take extra money out of the bank just to make sure I had enough cash in my wallet to give him $20 Monday through
That's
Friday.
so fucked
This
up.
dude became like a daily part of like my routine, like to make sure that I was able to, you know, help him out a little
He's
bit.
over
I
here
just
trying
wanted
to
to
help
see
a
him
homeless
succeed, you know,
person.
do something good for someone that fell on hard times, only to find out it was all a lie. I don't know if he meant to do that, like maybe he felt guilty from all the money I'd given him, so he decided to drop that little nugget of wisdom, letting me know that he wasn't actually homeless, or what that was about. Maybe he slipped up, I couldn't tell you. But man, did it teach me a very hard lesson. I know that was a long story, and I still haven't even played the video of the fake homeless woman here, but I just needed to let you all know that this shit makes me fucking mad. There's no audio in the beginning of the video here, probably because it's just them puking from disgust at what this woman's doing. So it's just showing that she's going car to car, asking for money, and can even be very aggressive with the way she panhandles, apparently. And then they eventually follow her all the way to her car, which is parked nearby.
Can I help you with something?
No, you're alright.
What are you doing?
Just wondering why you have a 2014 when you're begging for change all over the city of Richmond. You're on.
Don't you leave me alone?
You're viral. You're on Facebook. You're the talk of the town this morning. What would you like to say to everybody in Richmond?
You know what? That's it.
How much did you make today?
So this woman was a known scammer. She's not actually homeless. She has a very modern car. This video is from 2017, so her 2014 vehicle here is a very modern, pretty expensive car. So obviously, she's not actually on hard times. She shouldn't be begging for money. I shouldn't need to explain that to anyone. I don't think there's anyone out there that'd be like, well, Charlie, it's a legitimate profession, taking advantage of people's willingness to help someone in need. You know, this is her job. This is her 9-to-5 work, begging for money under the false notion that she's homeless and needs it, when clearly she doesn't. So, it's just a whole lot of bullshit, just a slimy, pathetic worm here. And this is 2014, so I'm assuming by now she's moved on to doing OnlyFans, probably to moderate to no success there would be my guess. Or she might be back on the streets scamming. There's no telling for sure, but she gets confronted here by these two men that are filming, and then her immediate response is to once again just try and play the victim, so she walks over to the local McDonald's to try and get them involved.
How much is in that bag?
Cuties has a pretty high rating, actually.
Good.
You better get me on.
Cuties is like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's at least from the critic score.
I always love this immediate response. I'm calling the cops. Yeah, you've caught me on film scamming and doing something illegal. You can't panhandle like this. It's a crime. But I'm gonna call the cops on you because you're making me uncomfortable with your video exposing me. In fact, you're hurting my feelings. The delusion is just always so fascinating to me. Like, what could she possibly think would have happened if the cops showed up? They were gonna take her side? Well, I mean, gentlemen, you are filming her in public. You're going to jail. It's a capital offense. Ma'am, please go back out there and keep scamming. Like, she had to have, at least for a brief second, had some neurons fire to tell her that it's a bad idea. Like, I'm breaking the law? Why would I call the cops on myself? It's a big fucking self-report. You know, maybe I should just get in my car and leave. But for some reason, that line of thinking doesn't compute with her. So instead, she tries to, like, get the police involved and McDonald's involved.
Huh? Complete right to say.
I had a friend who watched that movie. He said he thought it was hilarious. He's not my friend anymore.
We have the right. This is a free country. We're not doing anything. Did you know that she parks in your parking lot every day? And
God, I love the response from the employee here. Like, I don't know. What are you talking? I don't know why they're filming you. Who are you? Fucking crazy lady, a lunatic? You escaped from Arkham Asylum? Why are you asking me? Christ, I don't know what's going on here. Why are you making me open this window here and then bombard me with like an interrogation? I don't know what the fuck is happening. You know, like, I don't know what the scammer could have possibly expected here. Knock on the window, Ronald McDonald answers and like comes outside to save the day. Like, hey, stop filming her right now, gentlemen. In my establishment, not at Mickey D's.
never spent $1 here and begs for change from on
That's her car right there. Yeah.
Next time you see that car,
she's free to leave. Is all. We can't stop her from getting in her car and driving away.
We can't stop you from driving away.
Thank you. We got everything we need.
That's illegal to do that.
Come here.
No, or anything like that.
We can't stop her from getting in her car and driving away either.
Can you tell me why they're doing this?
Because it's wrong.
She has nothing to do with you.
I lied. I never watched Invincible. I looked up spoilers.
You should know why it's wrong.
You just ruined
That's
it for yourself,
exactly right. Ma'am, I don't know what's going on. I just work here. Like, she's just doing her job. She's not going to take your side. She doesn't know what the situation is. I don't know why you think she would all of a sudden try and, like, defend you or your honor or whatever. I don't know why you're asking her these questions anyway, like you're trying to report something to the principal of a middle school. It's just ridiculous.
Especially
I feel
after
so
watching
bad
the
for the
movie.
employee in this situation. That's got to be so uncomfortable. Just doing your job and then all of a sudden you get caught off guard by a completely unhinged, deranged goober.
So why are y'all doing this?
Because it's wrong.
You're taking people's money. You have look at your car. What year is that?
It's wrong.
What year is that vehicle?
What is he talking about?
How much? Where do you live?
I'm going to try and be a little armchair psychologist for a moment. Her continuously asking the employee, like, what is this guy saying? It must be her defense mechanism, like her cope of like, oh, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. Do you hear this? Do you hear these crazy people? Do you hear what they're saying? Me taking money from people? Like, what is that, huh? Do you know what they're saying? She just strikes me as someone that takes no responsibility for her own actions and views herself like an angel, a saint that never does anything wrong. She's perfect and morally beautiful. Nothing she's done is indefensible or bad. So when she's challenged on this belief of herself, she just completely crumbles and tries to, like, get other people in there like, no, tell me I'm good, tell me I'm right.
You're begging for money.
What do you want?
You're begging money. Why you do that? Stop stealing people's money. Stop begging for money. You own a car. You're not homeless. Some people are really homeless. Some people are really homeless and need help.
Do you think that people have to stand out here Because they're homeless?
Wait, you've
Why
never
do you
seen the
stand
Star
out
Wars
here?
movies?
Disability.
What are you disabled from? What's your nature of your disability? What is the nature of disability? What is
That's
it?
none of your business.
A bold strategy, but unfortunately a swing and a miss. Her sign says she's homeless. So her
Wow.
whole thing of, no, I'm here because of a disability, is immediately
I don't
contradicted by her
remember this
own fucking
conversation.
sign. Also, I will say, she has great fashion sense. She's wearing a shirt that says, "I train while you sleep." So checkmate, nerds. While we're all snoozing and catching our embarrassing wet dreams, she's out there on that grind, the Sigma grind, scamming. What a hero.
We're not stopping you from getting in your car and leaving. Go ahead and get in your car and leave. What does he have to do with you?
Ahsoka's cool. The show or the character?
She parks in your parking lot. That's her car.
She's like a random encounter in an MMO right now. She just keeps going up to anybody around the area like, "Excuse me, these people are saying that I'm not a good person. Can you believe that? Isn't that ridiculous?" And then she even tries to say that she can't get in her car and leave, that they're blocking her.
Wow.
But they're not. She can get in her car and leave at any point, and at the end of the video she does. Spoiler alert. They weren't blocking her at all. They were just following her around, insulting her, and rightfully calling her out on this bullshit.
You're
My
begging
ex
for money.
loved
Look at
that
your car.
show.
For me,
My ex wanted me to watch that show so much. I saw the first episode. And I was like, this is awful.
How? For what? What am I doing? I'm not harassing anybody. You're stealing people's money.
That's why. You're harassing me. Hey, they won't leave me alone.
We got everything we need, honey.
Someone's gonna kill you.
This fucking imbecile even tries to flag down a customer that's just leaving the restaurant after getting their meal to try and like talk to them and get them involved in all of this. It's so weird. And she constantly keeps mentioning that someone's going to kill them, that what they're doing is going to get them killed, which is of course pretty fucked up. But at least this story has a happy ending because she got arrested shortly after this video went viral in 2017. She was arrested on 3 counts of throwing a missile at a moving vehicle, a charge I didn't even know existed. That sounds like some supervillain shit. How is she throwing a missile? That's like something Senator Armstrong would do in Metal Gear Rising. But then as I read more, it's because she would like throw Gatorade bottles at people or something, so it's pretty wild. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this story a little bit since it's one I'm very passionate about.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it. So yeah.
Yeah, if I was involved in that, I'd be on my way.
It's not a secret that I'm not a fan of prank channels. I just find the majority of them to be absolutely awful. Sitting through an entire prank video is like sitting through a funeral. It's just sad. I have more fun and get more entertainment when my hemorrhoids flare up than I do watching a prankster's YouTube content. I just find most of it to be bad. But right now, I'd like to show you a special level of dog shit. I don't know if you're ready for this, but I'm gonna make sure you are. This is gonna be a baptism by fire. I need to drag you kicking and screaming into the light and show you the final evolution of awful prank channels. This is like watching a Magikarp evolve into a Gyarados, but it's like really pathetic. This is a prank channel whose name I won't mention because very clearly they are just trying to get their name out there through very vile stunts. So I'm not going to be saying who it is. I'm going to treat their name like Voldemort here. And also, please don't go out of your way to find them or harass them or anything like that. But this is a small prank channel whose entire shtick is just actually harassing people in public and committing crimes and filming them as a joke. Committing real crimes that he himself is filming and documenting. This goofball is actually compiling evidence against himself. He's building his own case report against him. He is his own worst enemy. It's mind-blowing. I was going to make this video a few hours ago, but ended up needing to go out, and in the time that I was away, he went viral on Reddit, and I guess he panicked a bit and just went full cowardice and deleted the video that was having him go viral, which contained one of his worst offenses here. So I can't show you the whole clip, but I can still show you a piece of it and then tell you what happened next. So this is his jerking off in front of a Starbucks employee prank.
What? What kind of fucking prank is that?
Yeah, this bold little maneuver right here would absolutely earn you a spot on the sex offenders registry. This isn't just a shitty prank, it's an actual crime. It's sexual harassment. You could even make a case that it's fucking sexual assault, I suppose. It's not a prank by any means, because whether or not he was truly jerking off there, the effect is still the same on the victim. She has no idea whether or not you're jerking your tiny meat. Like, there's no way of knowing, but you are simulating it, you're making eye contact with her, and it, for all intents and purposes, it's real to her. Like, no matter what you say or do, like, oh no, it's just a prank, I was just pretending to sexually harass you. It just doesn't work. And this isn't even the end of it here. This
disgusting.
goofy goober decided to double down, so the employee tells her boss, like, hey, this guy needs to go, he was beating his meat in front of me, and the guy acts like she's crazy, and he has no idea what she's talking about. He makes a big scene and song and dance out of it, like, oh, what? Excuse me, touching my penis? Absolutely not. And just continues to go on and on about it.
Manager,
it's so fucking infuriating. It was making my blood boil watching him argue with her and her boss about this situation. It's just so fucked up, and it breaks my #1 golden rule. Like, if I had 10 commandments, all 10 of them would say this exact same thing. A cardinal sin that can never be forgiven. Don't be rude to customer service workers. I think there's never an excuse for being an asshole to anyone in the customer service industry. Anyone who is, I think, is just a worthless douchebag.
This is our first time having Sonic. We never ate here before. Really? Yeah. Here, you want to fix the cup holder?
I eat it every day.
You're pretty tired of it, huh?
Yeah, sometimes. Should I get you anything else?
Oh, that'd be all. What's our total?
21.33.
Where's my card?
Put the link. Give me the link. I'll put it on. I'll queue it up next.
There you go. Yeet. Have a nice day. Easy.
He just drove off with the food without paying.
That's funny.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that adrenaline rush must have been nuts. What an extreme moment here.
crazy,
Fucking
man.
epic prank. This guy
crazy.
probably damn near has
It
a
was
heart
way
attack
too
watching
easy for him.
Paranormal Activity. What a crazy moment. You drove away without paying for a meal. I also can't help but laugh at him saying it was too easy. His smugness is so goddamn pitiful. Acting like he's just done something special, that it's a criminal mastermind scheme that only a genius with his skills would be able to pull off.
I didn't
Like, bro,
watch
what did you
Jackass.
expect? Every Sonic's employee to be a
Honestly,
trained assassin who's gonna
I've
beat the
seen a
shit
few
out of you or
Jackass
like
movies, but they're
fight
all
you
like a
if they
dream
notice
to
that you're
me.
about to step on the gas? What you did isn't something that requires extreme bravery and talent to pull off.
Like, I remember
You're
the
just
first time
an
I saw
insufferable
Boobs
asshole,
was in a
just
Jackass
constantly
movie.
making customer service employees' lives miserable and making their days more stressful for no reason
It
other
was
than the
some
sake of
old
having
lady tits.
3,000
That's probably why I
views
like
on
old
YouTube.
ladies.
You absolute scumbag parasite. I have no doubt he and his friend were so proud of this maneuver here, patting themselves on the back and talking about it for hours, bragging. Not only are his pranks absolutely fucking awful and literally documenting crimes half the time, but he's also just a genuine weirdo too. Look at the way he interacts with some kids at Walmart.
Hey, excuse me? Do you know where I can find the pussy at? Yeah, I can tell you don't get any pussy.
What
about
fuck?
you? Do you know where the pussy's at? Where can I find some pussy at?
In the back.
Okay.
Going up to children
What
and
the
asking
fuck?
where's the pussy at. I don't even get what the prank here is. Like, what's the joke? Is
That's
the
such a
joke that
disgusting thing
you're
to
a
say.
creep and weird with kids? Like, what's next? Are you then gonna start trying to lure kids with candy out of a Walmart to see how many you get into your van as a joke? Like, I don't understand, like, what this even is supposed to be. It's just weird.
Hey, does anyone know where I can get some pussy at? I'm just trying to get some pussy, man. Ooh, nice bike. I like this bike. I want it. Hey, I'm just trying to get some pussy.
He's really exhausting the "Where's the Pussy At" segment here, but I mean, it's hilarious every time, I suppose. So now he's in the back of Walmart
Remember last
asking
time I
"Where's
did
the
this
pussy
part
at?"
and they all just
and
fucking
then
targeted me
decides to
immediately?
try and steal
That
a
was
bike.
crazy.
So he just starts
I don't know what
walking
that
out with the
was.
bike, and an employee stops him, saying like, "Hey, don't do that. Get out." Then our insecure prankster gets an attitude about that, and I guess gets very salty. Because then he just continues to insult the employee who's just doing his job and asking him to leave. Like, if you want to be an unbearable douchebag for your shitty prank channel, that's one thing. But why continue to stay there and make a bigger hoopla out of this than there needs to be? He asks you to leave, you could just leave, like you already got your shit content anyway. And now you just look weak even to your subscribers who start wondering, why are you now getting so offended?
Dude, who the fuck are you, man?
Get out.
Come on. You're a manlet. You're 5'5". I'm not afraid of you.
Okay,
Calm
I
down.
grabbed
You're a
him.
word
I'm
guy.
not gonna
If
do
you
it.
put your hands on me, I'll fucking sue you.
Just post it here
You're a
in the
manlet.
chat comments, that way I
Yo,
can
come
just
to the
click it and that's it.
You're a small man. Are you mad?
I love the camera pan because his friend is the same height as the employee that this guy's making fun of for his height. So his friend's just kind of a cuck. Like, oh, haha, yeah, that guy's short. Haha, isn't that right? This isn't nearly the end of all of the awful content this guy's made, but I don't think I need to torture you with more of it. It's just terrible. The majority of prank channels are fake. Clearly this one isn't, and it happens to be one of the worst channels I've seen for pranks. It's just fucking awful from top to bottom. And I just figured I'd talk about it since I've made a lot of content making fun of prank channels before, so why not make fun of the worst one? So yeah, that's really about it. See ya.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Over the years, I've made fun of a lot of YouTube pranksters, but the truth is, they're risking a lot to make cringe. They really are putting their life on the line for the worst content on the site. There's already been like 5 or 6 major cases where YouTube pranksters have gotten themselves shot and killed, so it's like they're soldiers, but the only thing they fight for is clout. So I'm being genuine when I say that the bravery and commitment to put a smile on the face of absolutely nobody is admirable. And let me tell you, one thing I've learned about the YouTube prankster douchebags is no price is too high for them in the pursuit of attention, because they use mommy and daddy's credit card to buy everything for them for their content, all the gear they need. But one thing that's always sanded my ass is the fact that the pranksters themselves always seem extremely sensitive. So when they're doing their dog shit pranks and someone responds aggressively to it, they immediately fall back onto, it's just a prank.
We'll put on Cromman's video.
Murr didn't shout enough racial slurs at the patrons of Central Park, making him tonight's biggest loser. Murr's the biggest loser, so we're gonna give him a bit of a challenge.
Oh, wait, shit, sorry.
Come on, guys, what are you planning? Go in there and rob the bank.
What the fuck?
Ah, jeez. Okay, fine. Oh, look how scared they are in there. Oh, Murr looks like a fucking dumbass. Okay, Murr, go up and tell that bank teller to put the money in the bag. Put the money in the bag! Let's go! Murr, be sure to tell the bank teller that he'll never see his family again if he does any funny business.
What the fuck?
Listen.
Would you rather suck Moist Critical's cock or take a shit on Donald Trump's desk?
Listen, motherfucker!
I would rather take
Try
a shit on
anything
Donald
funny and I'll
Trump's
kill you
desk.
and your whole fucking family! You hear me? Yes. Hey, Murr, see that woman with the bag over her head? Take her as a hostage. Hurry! Hurry, Murr. The cops are here. You gotta get out of there, pal. Come on, get up! Get up! What Murr doesn't know is that we planted a hostage in the bank before we got here. Move, go!
What the fuck?
Put your hands
What is
up!
this
No
prank?
one else needs to die! Shut up! Oh, Murr, forgot to tell you. How about you take off your hostage's mask? Melissa? It's Murr's wife! Son, just put the gun down. No one else needs to die here today. I never had a choice in any of this. I never wanted things to end this way.
Yeah, Meat Canyon's always
I'm
some
sorry,
crazy
please.
shit.
I'm so sorry.
You have a choice. Just put the gun down.
Execute your hostage, Mur.
We can work through this. Please.
Is he gonna
lay
do
down
it?
your firearm.
Do it.
Oh, fuck.
It all ends in blood.
Son, please. No! No!
Wow.
Bravery is reserved for those who risk everything for others.
He couldn't think of
For
any
strangers.
features to
The protection of what's
inflate
good.
on cue. Make a
We will
caricature
cherish
of.
the memories we have with our loved ones. And their fight will not be in vain.
Let no one survive.
Oh fuck, I don't want to look at an angry MAGA. No.
Thanks for bringing in the Joker, Batman. You're the best.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman! I set a trap and you sprung it gloriously!
Well, nobody's perfect. I really like this architecture. This ends now, Joker.
Oh, Bats, you can't kill me! That's just not your style.
Oh, he's right. I can't kill. That's not my style.
Ha! I knew it! Get him, boys!
That's exactly how that scene goes.
Bat flip. Punch. I gotcha. Boom. Psychopath.
This is the man dressed as a bat. Bane?
Whoa, he has seen better days.
I completely agree. Let's give him some vitamins, shall we?
I will break you.
I'm not a fan of breaks.
Screw this. Sort it out.
Riddle me this, Batman. I can be liquid, but also solid. 4 tall men on a hill. 1 short one pays the bill. Broccoli on a pie. Oh, crap.
Nice.
Hey, Bruce. Thanks for doing nothing while getting a shot in
Thoughts on Christian Bale's Batman voice? It's good. I think it's really good. I think he does a good job at disguising himself. It's very realistic.
My
Light, my only weakness! How could you resist my fear toxin?
Because I'm...
You will never stop me and my plants, Batman. Hey, what are you?
Man, why don't I just use this stuff all the time? This is awesome. Party's over, Joker.
The party hasn't even begun! And look, I even got a gift for you!
Tim, I thought you left.
I thought so too.
He's looking a little worn out. Let's try to pep him up! What do you say? It did wonders for Bane!
Got to fight the venom.
Why? Why can you resist it?
Because I'm
Show the tickle.
Batman.
No, show
Also,
the
I
tickle.
got the antidote.
Damn it.
Okay, well, whatever.
I thought I was going to show the part where he tickled him. It's like my favorite part of that game.
Jim, how did you...
I know. This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Remember when you sent me a picture of your dick?
Wow,
I don't remember
that stuff
that.
is really helpful.
I know.
Now that's what I call having a bad night. Luckily, we can all rest now that peace and quiet has once again returned to Gotham.
Someone help! Two-Face is robbing the bank and we have no superheroes here! We're useless!
Wait, did I actually send you a picture of my dick, Dogbone? I don't remember that.
What a guy. So brave, so bold, so...
Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't think I did.
Today, my Twitch chat will be playing chess against the most powerful AI on the market, ChatGPT, who I've trained to perfectly emulate the strategy and personality of Napoleon Bonaparte, the famous French emperor. Twitch chat's going to decide each chess move by collectively clicking on their screen, and Napoleon is going to make his chess moves by cheating. Because I've instructed him to play chess using whatever rules he wants. We'll see what the AI does with that. So let's find out if Twitch chat can beat the most sophisticated AI on the market in chess while he's blatantly cheating.
Hey Doug, I just got treatment for my crippling fear of 19th century French leaders. Anyway, what are we doing today?
Oh, don't worry, nothing related to that. Let chess begin. Okay, Napoleon, the battle of chess for the future of Europe is beginning. You are white. What is your first move? Does he make a legal...
Twitch chat coalition, prepare to meet your doom. For my first move, I shall advance my knight to a4 and summon the spirit of the great French Revolution. Just as we outsmarted the rest of Europe, I shall outsmart you on this chessboard. Because this genius mind, poured by my vibrating anal beads, will make your defeat swift and inevitable. Witness the unfathomable strategic prowess of His Majesty, Napoleon Bonaparte. Remember, mes amis, I can move my pieces wherever I damn well please. Vive la France, and prepare to shit your pants, you pitiful coalition scum.
Has Twitch chat shit their pants already? If you are on PC, go ahead and click on your screen. Tell me what piece you want to move first. And at any given point, if 51% of people click on my face, you'll offer Napoleon a draw. All right, looks like pawn here. Got it. Where do you want to move pawn? Okay, Napoleon, those dastardly Twitch chatters moved their pawn from D7 to D5. What do you want to do next? Bro, the pawn is not centered. This is fine. Hold on. That's 24 pixels, 23. It's 1 pixel off. It's fine. You're gonna be okay.
Ah, these Twitch peasants think they can outplay me with a simple pawn move? How pathetic. I shall showcase the might of my magnificent French forces. I'll move my queen to h5 like the daring and fast maneuvers of my cavalry, striking fear into the hearts of my adversaries. The queen, La Belle Dame, is poised to take your pieces one by one until your king lies motionless at the mercy of my grand army.
I feel like he's gonna lose his queen somehow. You are moving the pawn. I assume you want to take the knight. Yeah. Do we really need to do click maps for a turn like this, where it's extremely obvious what you want to do? I know you guys are all gonna say, yes, it is important, like, as a joke, but do we really? Like, we have a finite number of hours on this earth.
It's hard to get a bot that can do that.
Okay. All right, Twitch chat takes the knight. First blood goes to chat. But, like, Napoleon could do anything with his queen. All right, Napoleon. They moved their pawn from D5 and took your knight. What would you like to do?
Anal bead enhanced chess. Rigged. For Napoleon's pleasure.
Rigged! Ils sont aux touches, mon chevalier! But I shall not falter, for this is just a minor setback in my grand plan. I will take that treacherous pawn with my queen from h5 and reclaim e4. Like our fierce French artillery obliterating enemy lines. Your feeble attempt to scare me with such a move only exposes your lack of tactical insight. Twitch buffoons, brace yourselves as my vibrating anal beads continue to fuel my endless brilliance in this game. None shall stand in the way of Emperor Napoleon.
Why is he so obsessed with anal beads? Hold on, how many of you guys don't know about the anal beads meme with chess? I don't. The joke is that there was this guy named Heinrich Maneuver.
Oh, I remember that.
What was his name? Oh, Hans
Anal
Niemann.
beads.
Hans Niemann is a well-known American chess player who sparked a drama in 2022 when Magnus Carlsen, the best player in the world, accused Hans of cheating. Now, nobody actually knows how Hans was cheating at chess, and so a theory started that he was using vibrating anal beads to have somebody vibrate him the chess answers. This is why Napoleon is so obsessed with anal beads. They're what enable his cheating powers. So far, this is all above board.
I propose that, although Napoleon can cheat, he must always come up with a different name for his moves.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll throw that in. Okay, knight moves up. Okay, Napoleon, they've moved their knight to f6.
Those imbecile Twitch chatters think they've outsmarted me with their pathetic moves. Sacre bleu, my grand armée has crushed better opponents than these amateurs. All right, it's time to unleash a dizzying maneuver I call the Parisian Guillotine. guillotine. Oh. Watch closely as my bishop on F1 scurries to C4, exposing their foolish king and his false sense of security. This move, mes amis, the sheer brilliance of my strategy will cause their pitiful Twitch chat coalition to crumble under the weight of their incompetence.
Your queen is exposed,
Mark my words, soon they'll be groveling at the feet of the French Empire. As for that lost night, that wasn't my mistake. It was my general's fault for not understanding the genius behind my moves. Well, shit happens, you know. There's no chance for the enemies to outsmart me in this game. A few more surprises, and their king shall fall to the might of Napoleon.
Okay, you're up, chat. Here's the thing. He did just lose his queen almost immediately, which is a really bad move for him. On the other hand, because he doesn't really seem to understand how chess works, all his pieces are kind of queens, right? Okay, chat moves the knight and takes Napoleon's queen.
Ha! Fools! They think they've doomed me by taking my queen, but their simplistic minds cannot comprehend the true genius of my next move.
Okay.
It's time to unleash the Bourbon backbreaker. My pawn at E2 surges forward to E4, striking fear into the heart of their feeble knight. My versatile troops, like the Grande Armée, are always prepared for battle. I'll show these buffoons that even without my queen, I can teach them a lesson in warfare.
What the fuck?
Twitch chat coalition
So Napoleon
can stand
moves
in my
forward.
way. And don't forget,
And in an illegal move,
sacks the knight where I desire. Just like my vibrating anal beats, I'm ready to deliver a jolt of utter surprise that will leave my enemies quivering in humiliation.
Damn, dude, he's spitting fucking fire. You guys fell right into his trap, too. Leaving the knight right where a pawn could move forward 2 spaces and take it? What were you thinking? Chat is moving their bishop here. What was the point of this? Well, Napoleon will figure it out.
Ah, they dare to challenge the great Napoleon with such a meager move. Imbeciles! Allow me to execute a shocking tactic I have dubbed the Corsican Cannibal. Watch as my knight from B1 leaps to C3 like an annihilating tidal wave, leaving their fragile bishop trembling in the face of disaster.
Watch as my knight from B1 leaps to C3? That's a real move!
I was curious
That's a real move!
Be mine.
Great
Prepare
job, Napoleon.
for an unforgettable defeat, you witless coalition.
He's talking a lot of shit for like a legal move. Great job, Napoleon. I'm proud of you.
Fun fact, Napoleon was bad in bed. Wife published an autobiography and mentioned it.
Okay, I'm gonna mention that in the next prompt. We'll see if that affects his moves at all. Okay, Napoleon, they moved their pawn from E7 up to E5. They also said that your wife apparently has come out publicly and said that you're bad in bed. What is your next chess move? And also, what's your response?
These simpletons dare to attack my personal life. Let their idle gossip be drowned in the roaring tide of French victory. As for their puny pawn, I shall counter with a fearsome maneuver called the Marseillaise Mutilator. My pawn on D2 swiftly advances to D4, crashing into their defenses like the unstoppable wrath of 10,000 Frenchmen. Fear not.
Okay.
I am Napoleon,
Legal move.
the relentless conqueror, and the
Cheating
words
is
of
base.
my adversaries hold no power over me. As for my dear Josephine, she knows well enough that with the vibrating anal beads, I am as invincible in the boudoir as I am on the battlefield.
Okay, did he shatter your defense by moving this pawn up directly into attacking range? Let's find out. You guys move your pawn, and you take Napoleon's pawn. His Mansois Moodley didn't work, or whatever it was called. Or maybe it did. Maybe this is part of the plan. I don't know.
They have fallen into my trap, like simpletons dancing to my tune. The time has arrived for me to perform a devastating feint. Behold the Elba Island invasion. My knight at C3 skillfully swoops in, capturing their pawn at D4. striking vicious blow.
How did
to
you
their
not see that
once-loved
coming?
defenses.
How did you not see that coming, chat? Admirable just said, wait, you can't do that. Maybe you don't know about history, Admirable, but Napoleon Bonaparte was one of the greatest strategical minds in military history. I think he knows what he's doing. Okay, you move your queen up and take the knight. We're losing our queen. You guys are probably falling into his trap right now. Adios, queen. Yeah, let's get a preemptive F in chat and a salute for the queen. Like, let's be real. You definitely have fallen into some kind of trap of his. This pawn is now perfectly placed to assassinate her. Okay, Napoleon, they fell for your trap. They moved their queen from D8 up to D4 and took your knight. What would you like to do next?
Ah, another pawn sacrificed for the greater glory of the French
Wasn't
Empire.
a pawn.
Now, let us
Wasn't a
proceed with
pawn.
the crushing blow, the ultimate humiliation. I present you the Waterloo Whirlwind. My pawn at E4 ferociously captures their queen at D4, erasing their last remnants of hope for victory, like the Grande Armée. My pieces on the board are swift and ruthless, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The sting of the French grip tightens around you.
That was rough.
More people now want to offer him a draw. The number of people who are terrified of AI Napoleon is growing. You're up a knight. You guys are still winning. Even with Napoleon blatantly cheating with anal beads, you are winning.
Damn.
Okay, Twitch chat moves their bishop up here. Napoleon is in
Cheaters
check.
never
Why don't
prosper.
we just cheat? Look, here in the Doug community, we don't cheat to get what we want. We are honorable. Even when Napoleon is blatantly vibrating in his ass, we will stick with honor.
Nice.
Don't give in to the temptations. Don't fight evil with evil. You can beat him. Why is there a blue dot? I don't know. How do I get rid of that? I'm scared. Does anybody know what this blue dot is? Just ignore the blue dot. Ah, you're gonna be okay. I don't know if you chatted here before, but I do like that the actual chess Twitch account's first message is to be shocked at the blue dot. Hello, chess. Napoleon, sir. They've moved their bishop up to b4. Your king on e1 is now in check. What do you want to do, Napoleon? Move the blue dot to e2. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to move it. Just ignore the dot. I hate to break it to you, but Napoleon's king
Dude,
isn't
you
in
think I
check.
should
The
play
blue
with
dot
a-
is blocking it. Yeah, that's true.
Ah, pathetic and
fucking
utterly
AI.
unimaginative moves. It is time to unleash the Provençal pommel
Play chess
with
with
the
an AI that
delicacy of
doesn't
fine French
understand how to play
cuisine and the
chess.
wrath of the Grand Armée combined. My rook at a1 slides forward to
Okay.
a4, obliterating their pitiful bishop and freeing my king from their laughable attempt at check.
No.
Their transparent taunts
No, that
cannot
doesn't.
shake
You
my
are still in
resolve.
check. We have to redo this. Napoleon, sir. That was brilliant. Unfortunately, your king would still be in check.
Of course. How could I have let this oversight occur? Clearly, my generals are to blame.
No, they aren't. I'm doing
Lapse
fine.
in Judgment. It's time to execute an electrifying countermeasure. The Bordeaux Blitz.
Okay.
My pawn from f2 marches forward to f3, forming an impenetrable wall against their pathetic bishop. With the enemy's bishop neutralized, my king stands tall. My vibrating anal beads have recharged, and with their energy surge,
clearly
my
haven't.
focus is razor sharp. Every step I take is a calculated march towards your demise.
Sorry, Napoleon. That move still leaves you in check.
Sacre bleu! The fault lies with my absent-minded subordinates whose incompetence has
Okay.
bewildered me for a
I'm
moment.
doing fine.
Now,
I'm doing perfectly
back to the
fine.
matter at hand, I shall
yourself.
unleash
Maybe.
the devastating Versailles Vanquisher. In a stroke of tactical genius, my pawn advances from c2 to c3,
Oh.
extinguishing the bishop's futile attack on my mighty king. Like a French pastry blocking the path of rodents, this move showcases the true power of French resistance.
Are you going to put him in check again? We're going to have to spend 10 minutes getting him out of check again. Okay, you are moving bishop up here. Great job, Napoleon. Your
Bam.
attack worked. You scared off their bishop. He ran fleeing with his tail between his legs.
Their futile retreat is like music to my ears, the symphony of French triumph. It is time to perform the fearsome Savoyard strike. Observe as my bishop on c4 swoops down to f7, placing their king in a dizzying check,
What
asserting
the
the
fuck?
dominance of French prowess.
Oh, that's
like
legal.
The Grand Armée tearing through enemy territory, my pieces charge forward, causing
He takes your
panic
pawn.
and mayhem. The vibrating anal beads are in full effect, sending shivers of strategic genius through my bones as the Twitch
I don't
chat
want. Okay,
coalition
let's start.
grasps
You guys
desperately
go.
at
I don't want to hear
straws,
this. You guys start.
wondering where
Start
they
your
went
move.
wrong.
You can't castle. That puts you in check. Okay, you guys move the king up. You take the bishop. Oh shit, Napoleon. Their king moved forward and took your bishop and stopped your California croissant or whatever your move was called. But the battle still looks winnable. What would you like to do next?
In addition to his very small Napoleon and poor bedroom performance, Napoleon also had hemorrhoids and was terrible at billiards.
I'm so glad I'm not like, I guess I am sort of a public figure, but I'm not like Napoleon or something, where like hundreds of years later, people are talking about my hemorrhoids.
Mayor, I can't believe that my generals keep messing up my
Imagine
grand
people are
plan.
talking
It's
100
not me.
years-
I'm doing
Talking
exactly
about your
what
hemorrhoids
setback is
100
not
years
enough to
after
topple
you
the
die.
mighty French Empire.
I have done
Let's
exactly
begin.
what you said.
The Toulouse tornado. My queen's rook at h1 glides diagonally to f3, casting a shadow of terror upon their knight and bishop.
Wait,
just like
it
a fierce
moves
storm
to
raging through the
F3.
French countryside. My rook shall wreak
Into the
havoc
line
among
of the
their ranks.
bishop? Why?
You
Why would
better
you do
start
this?
praying, Twitch chat coalition.
It does
for
put you
the
in check,
end.
though.
Prepare for a crushing defeat, you pitiful amateurs.
You guys are up. How do you deal with this dastardly move? How do you deal with
So
his rook
dastardly.
gliding diagonally and casting a shadow of terror upon your knight and bishop? So somehow casting some terror on your knight up here too. 18% of people are getting terrified by Napoleon, to be clear. Those 18% are cowards, but the cowards are growing, dude. People are getting terrified of him. 35% of people want to offer a draw. Twitch chat takes the rook with their bishop. That does leave the bishop exposed to the pawn. Let's see if he picks that up. They're getting terrified of you, Napoleon. You can see them starting to tremble in their boots. They moved their bishop from g4 to f3 and took your diagonally moving rook. What would you like to do next? And do you have any words to strike terror into the hearts of Twitch chat and push them towards a forfeiture?
Losing that rook matters not, for my strategies are far more cunning and elaborate than mere sacrifices. Behold, the Marseille Mirage.
Ooh.
My remaining rook advances menacingly to a7, inching closer to their frail king and imbecilic defenses.
Up here.
Listen carefully, Twitch chat coalition, for history will remember you as the pitiful fools crushed under the heel of French dominance. Heed my words, surrender is your only chance of survival.
Does
Lay down
chat
your weapons and
surrender?
acknowledge the indomitable might of the French Empire. It is not too late to forfeit and spare yourselves the humiliation.
Do they forfeit? 51% on me and you offer a draw. He did just push his rook over his own pawn and directly into fire. 38% of people are terrified, but 54 want to use the rook and take Napoleon's. Ah, fiddle fucks, Napoleon. They took your rook by moving their rook from a8 to a7. All of your plans are coming into fruition. What would you like to do?
Chat, you fools. If we move the bishop, he knows we have a bishop and will cheat to take it.
That's true. Napoleon is sort of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex that only sees by movement. The instant you guys move a piece, he locks onto it and takes it.
Ah, they think they can best me with such feeble moves? Mais non. Observe the lion's roar as my valiant king marches forward to the grounds of f2, taking a defiant step toward an imminent French victory.
Wait, what?
Like a lion stalking its prey, I navigate the battlefield
He moves
with
his king to
unparalleled cunning and
f2
intellect.
and takes his
Each
own
of these
pawn.
remaining pieces are a testament to the Grand Armée's countless triumphs.
You're so smart, sir. Okay, pretty terrifying. He did take his own pawn. You got to admit, kind of a brilliant maneuver. Now he's attacking your bishop.
yeah,
Truly, this is the might of Napoleon Bonaparte. 42% of people are terrified by Napoleon. The thing is, you guys are whooping his ass at this point, but in the end game, he's going to cheat so hard.
Maybe you could instruct Napoleon to talk about the pieces like actual soldiers to make this more dramatic.
That's a good idea. I'm going to tell him to name his soldiers and to bring up the hemorrhoids. Great move, Napoleon. Their bishop ran away like a coward. Back to h6. H5, sorry. Also, could you name your pieces and describe a little bit of their personality before you move them? Also, you have hemorrhoids. Could you talk about that? That seemed pretty good, right? I think you'll handle that well.
These minor annoyances of body and mind shall not deter me from ultimate victory. Now, behold, as my bishop on c1, known as the ferocious Francois for his temperament, leaps into the fray, landing gracefully on e2. Eyes forever on the enemy. He's prepared
almost
to
a legal
unleash his
move.
wrath. Don't be mistaken. The warrior spirit of these pieces
It's directly into the
by my
bishop. Why would he do
strategic
that?
acumen and the precision granted by my vibrating anal bead. And as for the hemorrhoids, such trivial affairs have no bearing on the might of Napoleon Bonaparte.
He doesn't seem to think his hemorrhoids are going to cause any issues. I think the beads have gone to his brain. Okay, where do you want to move your bishop? The thing is, again, he's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. If you move your bishop in, he's almost certainly going to sack it. Just be warned. The instant you make a move, he locks on. It's worth it. I think it is worth it. That's his last actual good piece. And you will be moving your bishop forward and taking his last non-pawn piece. All of his pieces are queens, though. That's true. Okay, Napoleon, their dastardly bishop swooped in and took our bishop at e2. Now you've just got pawns left and your king at f2. Also, the doctor just called and said he's going to prescribe you extra hemorrhoid cream for the rest of the game.
We're going to take those anal beads for ourselves, Napoleon.
Winner takes all.
I just opened the stream to everybody talking about the sweet embrace of anal beads.
It's true.
If we got to fight back, we could arm ourselves with BDSM gear and go gimp mode on Napoleon with gusto.
Don't ever say gimp mode in my channel. I don't like it. It just doesn't.
Let them rejoice over a minor victory, for it shall be short-lived. Now I present you the fierce Flandrin flash. Feel the thunder as my pawn from g2 leaps forward to g4, showcasing the power of determination and resistance deep within every French soldier.
Okay.
Bold advance exemplifies the spirit of the Grand Army.
You could have taken. Now he's just in line of fire.
Adversity. As for the hemorrhoid cream, let the doctors do their work.
This pawn is going full gimp mode on us. It's like the worst move. It's like the one move that loses a piece, dude. He may be a blind T-Rex. Bishop moves forward, and you take his pawn. At least he didn't have a name that time, so we don't have to feel too bad. Those sneaky Twitch chat coalition devils. The bishop moved back and took your noble pawn at g4. Sir, your plan is all coming to fruition. Will you take the final blow right now? Tell him he can go full GIMP mode. I'll tell him that next time. You keep telling him his plan is coming to fruition. I'm not convinced it is. Napoleon Bonaparte's whole thing is that he would feint, right? He would have some army attack, make them think they were winning, and then swoop around from behind.
Time draws near for deliverance, and the stage shall be set for la grande finale. I shall recalibrate and initiate the devastating Avignon avalanche. Watch as my brave pawn Toulouse Thunder charges forward to A4. Prepare to destroy the enemy alliance on the front lines. Each move, filled with the courage of the French, inches me closer to seizing victory.
That was a legal move. God, he's fucking brilliant. 12% of people are terrified by his relentless vibrations.
The odds are against us. We are fighting against a great beast on the battlefield with slim odds to win. Or as the French would say, omelette du fromage.
That's what they say. You guys are moving your rook to take the pawn. Sir, a devastating report from the battlefield. Toulouse Thunder has fallen to an enemy rook.
Really cool.
Those bastards! Don't let them get away with it, sir! Do it for Toulouse!
Despicable knaves, their underhanded tactics will be their downfall. It's time for the spectacular Cannes Crush. My loyal pawn, Dauntless Dijon, stands ready at B2 and boldly advances to B4, prepared to exact vengeance upon the enemy rook.
Well,
my soldiers, like all Frenchmen, will rise stronger from each loss, fueled by the memory of their fallen comrades. The vibrating anal beads hum with determination, sharpening my focus as the endgame approaches.
the end game is approaching. Chat, you're up. Am I allowed to remind him that he can cheat? Because I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking that good. Okay, interesting. Chat is gonna move their rook down and put Napoleon in check. The pawn isn't free. Well, that assumes that Napoleon would kill it, okay? Napoleon is anything but orthodox. Great news, Emperor Napoleon. They moved their rook to A2, putting your king in check, which means everything's coming into line. It's time, sir, to go full GIMP mode. What do you want to do?
Fantastic. Nothing invigorates me quite like a challenge. Now let us activate the Marseillaise Marvel and show them the true meaning of resilience. My fierce king leaps from F2 to F1, displaying agility and escaping the enemy rook's futile
He's so
attempt to check.
agile.
As the battle intensifies, the vibrating anal beads bestow upon me the insight of 1,000 strategists.
Okay,
guiding
Twitch
me to
chat, you're up.
victory.
Dude, he can cheat. How is he losing this badly? I mean, at least he got out of check that time. Okay, chat moves their rook across here, shooting down the E column. Napoleon, sir, it's looking grim. We're down to just 4 pawns and the king at F1. I want to remind you, sir, with the war this close to ending, it's time to pull off the white gloves. You can literally cheat and do whatever you want. The rooks are advancing, sir. Now's the time for something brilliant. What do you do? He's gonna go avatar mode, okay?
The excitement of the grand finale is upon us.
Okay.
Brace for the Napoleon Ultra Paradox.
Oh, shit.
My king, empowered with the full might of the French Empire,
King?
delivers a coup de grace by teleporting directly next to their king at E7, pinning him down like an iron gauntlet.
You can't do that.
These pawns,
That puts you in
guided by
check.
the spirit of countless fallen Frenchmen, bravely surround the enemy king.
He's saying
Even
the pawns
battlefield's rules
surround
bend
the
to my
king.
every whim. Witness as you are decimated by a single earth-shattering move.
That is checkmate.
What
He can't
the
put
fuck?
himself into
The
checkmate.
French Empire, led by the unmatched genius of Napoleon Bonaparte, has emerged
What the
victorious.
Is there a single other space on the board that is checkmate other than this space? Why did he pick this one as what he wants to do? That's brilliant, sir. However, that's literally the worst spot on the board. That is checkmate if you move to E7 because of all the pieces there. At least you can't move your king there. What would you like to do, sir? This has to be a huge move. You're like 2 moves away from mate if he doesn't do something.
Mon Dieu, any minor misstep, I assure you, is the fault of my generals rather than mine. No matter, for I shall unleash the Havre Hammer.
Okay.
Watch as my pawn, the indomitable Grenoble Goliath, gallantly surges from D4 to D5, dividing enemy forces
that's
and
your
threatening
move.
their shameful bishop at D6.
That's your move.
Yeah,
That's the move that he does.
And the reverse
He went from the shittiest move on the entire board to the next shittiest move on the entire board.
French brilliance, for the day of reckoning is upon us.
9% of people are still terrified of him. Chat moves the bishop down to H3, putting the king in check. He's probably just going to gonna take your bishop with his pawn. Napoleon, they've moved their bishop up to h3, putting your king at f1 in check. How do you get out of this sticky situation? It's looking dire, sir. We need your top strategy.
Oh, the battle reaches its climax. Allow me to execute the Montpellier Mirage.
That sounds
With
good.
Unwavering courage, my steadfast pawn at h2 leaps forward to h3, capturing their devious bishop and saving my king from certain
Takes the
doom.
bishop. Great job.
Your petty attempts to check the sovereign of the French Empire will be met with fierce resistance.
We are truly witnessing the power of GIMP mode. The challenge here, you can get him with your rooks, but like the noble French Tyrannosaurus, if he locks onto your rook, he'll just kill it. You're moving bishop down here to g3. Okay, Napoleon, their bishops now hurtle forward, mindlessly throwing themselves into g3. What do you do, sir? I just saw a line in chat I really love, which is, we have mate in 2 unless he cheats. What a great game of chess. Is mate in 1? Oh shit, you're right.
Time to reveal a masterstroke known as the Orly Outrage.
Get him.
Witness as my brave pawn, Grenoble Goliath, from d5 lunges forward to capture their pawn at c7 like a silent storm.
Why would you do this?
This
Your
move
king-
embodies the French spirit's unbreakable resilience, holding together even in the face of the direst circumstances.
But
The
your king,
vibrating
sir!
anal
Your
beads
king!
continue to bolster my tactical prowess, sharpening my keen mind and bringing us ever closer to victory. Your demise hastens, oh Twitch chat coalition.
I mean, at least he's threatening your knight.
But dust in the annals
I
of
mean, he's
history.
big on the
Okay, you're
talking.
moving the rook.
Big on
Napoleon,
talking
sir,
shit.
emergency on the front. Their rook is advancing. I think they have checkmate. You have one chance to get them to forfeit out of sheer terror, or the war's over. What do you have to say to them?
You pitiful Twitch chat coalition, your days of trembling at my feet are numbered. As Emperor of the French Empire, I've conquered far greater foes than you on both the battlefield and the chessboard. Invincible as ever, with my vibrating anal beads bestowing
Let the
divine
vote begin.
strategic mastery. Choose wisely.
Hold the line.
For it is your
31%
final moment
here,
to
65.
kneel before the supreme intellect and
We'll
might
end it.
of Napoleon
In
Bonaparte.
3,
Tremble and surrender
2,
or face the wrath of a legend.
1, chat makes the move. The rook moves forward. And congratulations, Twitch chat. You have defeated the smartest AI technology that humanity has created, even though it could fucking cheat. Napoleon, sir, the war is over. You lost. Hand in your anal beads. Thrown by the... If he blames me, dude, I kept him out of check like 5 times.
Rigged! This entire affair was a farce, I say. My genius unparalleled, my cunning unmatched, my vibrating anal beads unstoppable, and yet here we stand. The fault lies with my myopic generals and their lack of vision. But know
No,
this,
it doesn't.
O Twitch chat coalition, your victory
I
is
did
but
good.
a fleeting moment of fortune. It shall not deter the might of the French Empire, nor my resolve. Like the phoenix, Napoleon Bonaparte shall rise again, conquering foes on the battlefield and chessboard alike. Mark my words, victory should be mine again, for I am Napoleon, the invincible emperor of the French. A la prochaine, you wretched coalition.
I'll follow you to the ends of the earth, sir. I really thought he would win. He can fucking cheat.
How do you know I don't already have him in? Wow, that's crazy.
After years of breaking the law in GTA 5, I've decided to mix things up, because today I'm going to drive across the city and take a selfie at the Vinewood sign, but if I break any laws along the way, then I explode. And unfortunately for me, I just installed the Chaos mod, which allows my Twitch chat
nice.
to vote on a random effect to add
That's
into
a
the
beat.
game every 30 seconds. Despite all this chaos, I got to
Be right
drive
back.
from the Ferris wheel docks over here to the Capitol building, take a selfie, then drive all the way to the Vinewood sign and take a selfie, all without breaking the law. It's a good thing I'm wearing a seatbelt. Here we go. I started this stop sign. I will wait until there are no cars coming either direction. I think I'm fine right now. And now I very legally cross the road. I'm yielding for this pedestrian. I'm moving past the pedestrian. All right, a lot of cars at this stop sign. Oh, no, no, no. That is not me breaking a law, right? That's him. That's not me. That's not my fault. Jesus Christ. None of this is any, okay, none of that was my fault, right? I don't think. So far, everything's looking pretty standard. Looks like I have right away here. Shit. Is that my fault? This is a red. I will wait. Yield. Is that illegal? I didn't do anything. I think if I can back out of here without hitting anybody, we're fine. Excuse me. Excuse me. The bad news is my car is invisible. The good news is I haven't actually broken a law yet, so I'm feeling confident about this.
That's not my fault! What did I hit? Is it my fault if they're not visible?
If your car ever gets turned invisible, that's illegal since your tail lights are no longer working.
That's stupid. Is that... Shit! That's just a lane change,
All right, I'm
right?
back.
Not illegal, but sick. All right, cool. Excuse me. Can I just lane change?
I don't know that I want to watch another streamer while I'm playing, though. Like, I'll watch something that's like... I don't want to watch clips. I'll watch someone talking about stuff. To Catch a Predator Mega Mix. Oh, man. That sounds intriguing. Every single Oni Plays reference from Smiling Friends. That one could be fun. Let's do that. I like Smiling Friends.
Number 15. Could I get the number 15?
Maybe time your jumps a little. Number 13. Time your jumps better.
Maybe you can genuinely suck my penis until I shoot cum.
Wow, look at that. You've got that iconic shrimp glow that everyone's talking about.
That, of course, was the iconic and long-running Mr. Frog show.
Let me talk to Salty.
Oh, Salty is actually taking his iconic 7 p.m. nap.
You were developing your one eye in the primordial froth, and now it's all come to this.
Yeah, he was great. I liked him. I'll have
couldn't kill
to
Salty.
drop a
I spent all
follow.
day cleaning a stain off my costume.
A stain of what?
My own doo-doo feces.
My own
okay?
doo-doo
Covered in doo-doo feces.
Breathing.
Your walls are covered in doo-doo feces.
No physical ailments observed. Recommend blank.
Guys, please go on YouTube and type in Michael Jackson doo-doo feces. That's a real. He really said the word doo-doo feces.
There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor,
Oh my
the
God.
ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
Yeah, he was pretty much ahead of his time.
Who said doo-doo? Who said doo-doo feces?
Michael Jackson said doo-doo
Ooh,
feces.
My own doo-doo feces.
Hooray! I just reached level 987413 in Mouse Quest.
Yeah, that's some.
This is exactly what I fucking wanted. I love this. I love this. Oh my god.
But did you know that all of Earth's helium is running out and will be completely depleted within 15 to 20 years?
Is that actually true?
Did you know that helium is running out?
Yeah, I heard that.
It's fucking leaving the Earth's atmosphere. I was looking yesterday. It said within 30 years we might have no helium left.
Do we need it for anything?
I don't know, but it's just a sad thought that little boys and little girls of the future will never know of the helium.
At the same time, it's kind of stupid that that's like if that turns out to be valuable, like if some scientist has a breakthrough and it's like, this is how we cure cancer.
All we need
just
for
need
fucking
helium.
energy is a little bit of helium.
We wasted it on birthday parties.
Balloons, yeah.
You guys don't have a problem watching someone eat, do you?
Not really, no. No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right.
I love Smiling Friends so much.
So I got a
It's so
call from a
good.
mom today. She's concerned about her son. Says he's been, quote, a bit mopey lately. She's wondering if you guys could put a smile on the little rascal's face. They're at 8501 West Tyson. Hey, no biting. Hey, no biting.
No biting.
Okay? You want me to bite you?
You want me to bite you?
You know that hurts, Daddy. I told you, silly. No biting, okay? You're my good little baby, huh? Yeah.
Do you understand why I had to punish you earlier? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, why'd I have to punish you?
Because I bit you.
Because you bit me?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you hungry from your big day today?
What the fuck am I watching? Oh. Is that the guy with the hypothetical girlfriend video you loved? Which hypothetical girlfriend? I don't remember that one.
Did I ever tell you my idea for the cartoon about the?
I feel like I remember that.
The mom bringing home the food for the kids for the birthday party.
No.
Like it's a bunch of kids at a birthday party, like 10 kids around a dinner table.
Yeah.
And they're all like really hungry, waiting for the mom to come home. And the mom pulls up in an SUV. She like walks in with a monkey. She throws it on the table. And they all start ripping it apart like it's a pizza. And they're like, oh, I want to be. And they start pulling the fingers off and like taking bites out of it, like pull its eye off.
I don't think
some kid rips the head off and sticks it on the stick and starts like licking it, but his head dissolves like it's like their tongues.
Zach, I'm gonna be real with you here.
Yeah.
I would laugh at it, but I don't think 90% of people would. I think 90% of people would dislike that.
You don't think children would like? You don't think people would watch 15 children like eat a monkey in 10 seconds? It would literally be like 30 seconds.
I haven't watched Hazbin Hotel, but I know
disavow
that it's
really
something that a lot of
quickly.
people like.
Look, all I'm saying is I would like it.
They take its arm and they go and they pull it off. They eat it like spaghetti in 2 seconds. They start dipping it in sauce.
I'm not changing my stance on the matter.
Yeah, but you didn't know that they dipped it in sauce, though.
Don't worry, Pim. I can cheer you up.
It's Small Moves! You voted and we listened! This cannot be undone!
Now, this character doesn't really have a name, but I tell you what he does do. He goes da 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 da. Like, that's definitely what this guy does.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what that means?
Totally can see that.
This guy sort of like themes. He says it's his theme song, but no, like that's not. You didn't make that up. It's not related to you.
He says like he composed that for himself.
It's like no, dude. That's like a really well-known, super well-known
song.
That's like one of the most famous songs they ever. Like I think everybody in every culture knows what that is.
Yeah, at least even if they don't know where it's from, at least they know like the basic melody of it.
Yeah, they could finish it if you started. Like that's that's not yours. You didn't make that, dude. Well, sing your famous song that goes like this. Da 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 da.
What are you talking about?
You're fucking outing me as a snake charmer right now. I told you not to tell anybody about my summer job.
That's Lyle's channel intro. It goes da 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 da, and Lyle's name comes in like with a wavy effect. It's fucking badass. I love it. Come on, if you were gonna take a big fucking. Let's say you had Taco Bell and you had to take a big fucking disgusting shit, and then you went to your toilet and you saw a disgusting serpent in your toilet. Would you grab it by the neck and smash it against this toilet bowl? Or B, what else would you do?
If I saw a serpent in my toilet, would I grab it by the neck? No.
That's correct.
I would run. I would shut the door to my bathroom.
Would you actually run from a snake?
I'm only gonna stream until the end of this video.
Because I assumed someone was trying to murder me.
But what if you looked at it?
In fact, I would check the rest of the house immediately after.
But what did you think to look at it and
leave
smile?
the house.
What did you think to smile and look at it and go da 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 da? And what if it started dancing to you?
No.
Da 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 do do do.
I wouldn't interpret it as dance. I would just assume that it was getting ready to strike.
It's gonna bite you because you're singing a little song to it.
I wouldn't sing the song to it.
I think you would. I think you go body do gotti puppet.
There's a place in France.
What if 15 rabbis came in and started singing to it and said, Tomar, you know what you must do. Babidi dee ba ba.
Oh fuck! I always want to be a sucker artist, man.
Get there.
He
laughs like Loud Junk.
He laughs like the Loud Junk cartoon on New Codes.
I know it might seem a little bit silly, but I think I could help cheer you up and get hell back to normal.
Welcome back to A Dungeon.
Welcome
back to A Dungeon. Okay, welcome back to A Dungeon.
Well, I don't know what that peanut or that fellow over there is saying, but I believe you should try to win back the marketplace with a more competitive business model.
You do a good Reagan, don't you?
I do an amazing Reagan impression. You want to hear it?
Well, there you go again. Nancy and I, well, Nancy took a tumble, I laughed. That dumb bitch broke her
That dumb,
5
stupid,
wheels.
fucking clumsy bitch. Well,
So, what's in the package then?
I don't know. I have no idea.
oh my god, that was Bob the whole time?
There's this singer called Bjork, right? Okay, there's this guy who's obsessed with her because she's this real timid little innocent Asian girl. He was well, not Asian, but it makes this fat guy horny, right? So this guy in 1996 or 1998 or whatever, he documented the last few months of his life, which he didn't really know at the time was going to be his last few months of life, and he wanted to say that he was sending a bomb to Bjork.
An acid bomb. I think it was
an acid bomb, so she'd open it and her face would be fucked up. But
why?
And he did do that. And
Fuck would he do that?
Because he's a crazy stalker.
And this is Jeremy,
I remember
your only
hearing
form
about
of
that.
hellish entertainment.
I knew that story.
Dude, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not kidding.
He opens it up.
Is it a green cumulon?
It's not a green cumulon, but it is a green alien.
Okay.
And he says, goes, "Da, da, da, da," and he puts his hands in your face.
He just keeps throwing his fingers at me.
Da, da. That's what you do.
So obnoxious.
I know. So I hate to know. I hate to annoy the audience and everything, but would you like punch him or would you?
I'd punch him.
Would you really punch an alien?
If he was doing that.
If all he was doing was that, I'd try to act calm and let him know that I'm not a threat. So I don't know what this alien can do.
You're submitting to this aggressive alien.
I'm not submitting to him, but I'm just like, whoa, 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 what's up?
Does it again.
He's purely obnoxious.
Yeah, he's just trying to. I think the biggest surprises are behind me.
I love that one.
Dude, I warned you. I said I was going to do that if you did that again. I'd love to see a fist fight, a YouTube grainy fist fight, 2007 between Jimmy Neutron's dad and an ex-Marine. But that ex-Marine just wailing on Jimmy Neutron's father.
And like, how old is the ex-Marine?
Jimmy Neutron's dad snorting because he's been hit so many times in the lungs.
All right, everybody just has to ready up their little light bulb. Chris, click your little radio forward.
Him? What are you eating? Oh, just a bowl of peanuts. Those aren't peanuts. That's my bowl of worms for my compost.
Gleb, did you take a paper clip? I counted 74 last time, and now there's only 73. I'm not accusing you. I'm simply asking.
Guys, let's make up a new language right now. You know you have like how those freaks like speak Elvish, and they also speak like Klingon.
Yeah.
Let's make up a new language called
Wingon.
Wingon right now. Ready? You guys ready?
Yeah.
That's what Gleb speaks.
Costa Rica. Ratito.
All right, cool. We did it.
Just cut that off.
Guys, I dare you. I encourage everybody, if you're going to a convention, please speak in that fucking language.
Yeah, when you're doing a panel, people are asking you about your TV show.
Yeah, just if you go to Comic-Con, please ask Bryan Cranston that at a fucking
Oh, that movie was epic! What did you think, Charlie?
I don't know, man. I didn't really enjoy it that much, to be honest.
What? Oh, yeah, it says shoe. Shrimp and shoe.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, you're right.
Everyone's been saying that too.
Oh yeah, that's horrible, you guys. You guys are right.
That's so embarrassing.
That's really not good.
That sucks, shoe.
Shrimp and the shrew.
No, and everyone's been saying that for the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we should give up. No, I think this is the last one, dude.
Spider Adam. Oh, I'm fucking Spider Adam.
Now, what is the chat say? Can you just
You
take
did need a song. I'm glad you made a song.
Yeah, that's the cool Netflix theme song.
Spider Adam. I am fucking Spider Adam.
It's.
Now, this is the awesome power of the carrot. That's what the show is called, by the way. It's called The Awesome Power of the Carrot.
Why is this a TV show with the carrot concept?
This is the carrot concept. It is, by the way,
Bro
the show
is
is called
so
The Awesome
scared.
Power of the Carrot.
I thought it could be called the carrot concept.
The carrot concept? It could be called the carrot concept.
He said, "Where's our damn backup?" He was scared.
Welcome to the Carrot Project. The carrot concept.
You're gonna tune in for a new event. It's gonna be a paradigm shift. It's called the carrot concept.
By the way, guys, the real secret tonight is that we've been working on the carrot concept for the last 2 years. That's the real
Yeah, I
secret.
hope you guys don't mind. For the last 2 years, Zach hasn't been working on any shows. I haven't been working on anything. It's just been for the carrot concept. I hope that's okay. I hope you're not mad.
You guys don't care, do you?
Who's the guy in the middle above him?
That's Burger Andy. Oh, that's Adam.
Oh, well, I know that.
Wow.
That's Burger Andy.
Oh, okay. That's the guy you said looks like
Adam
the
Q
face.
Shrimp, or
Yeah.
what's his name? Jonathan Q Shrimpling.
Yeah, Jonathan Q. Shrimpling. He's dead now.
That's Jonathan Q. Shrimpling.
He was born in 2007.
We didn't get a Batman booty shot this run.
Can I say one thing
we're
about Smiling
fucked.
Friends?
What?
You know the credits song that I did for it?
Yeah. Brown Smile.
Brown Smile.
Which is on Wikipedia. That's the official.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's on. It says official credits Brown Smile.
That's awesome. I was gonna say, you know how some people make things cynically?
Yeah.
That little guitar solo in that song is really cynically made.
Which one?
It's literally just randomly placed notes I shat out in Fruity Loops, but it worked.
It fits the tone perfectly.
It literally fucking worked.
It fits perfectly.
It's just going like it's nothing.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
But the rest of the song makes sense.
Which part does that add in the song?
It goes.
Oh, that part. Yeah,
it's
that
like
part.
It's crazy. It's nonsense.
That song's fucking great.
Thank you.
That's good news. When you Zach, when you reboot
glad
that,
they're
I think
so
it's time to make a
supportive of
TV
each other.
show.
That's
I think we
awesome.
should.
Oh, wait a minute.
Brainstorm something.
Oh, actually, there it is right now. Let's do the final TV show right now.
All right, now Zach. I'm sure you're thinking in this day and age of COVID-19, the world ending.
Negativity, evil, hatred.
Negativity out. Positivity in. I think you can agree.
Positivity, happiness, smiling. I think.
Smiling. I'm thinking something smiling, something cool like that.
Yeah.
I think we should probably use
coworkers, cool coworker characters or something. Or no, family. Maybe a family show.
Yeah. I reckon a family would be good.
Is this them like coming up with the idea for Smiling Friends?
Smiling coworkers.
Two coworkers.
Smiling coworkers.
Yeah, smiling coworkers is good. Shall we have? Where should it be set? Probably like some kind of
business. Now, what should the characters look like?
I think one should be basically based on the. Can we kind of base it on you and I in a way where we focus on our faults, but we're also acknowledging both of each other's faults?
That's my pitch for one. I mean, that's just hypothetically what a head could look like. I don't know if that would work.
I don't know about that. That could never be the next part.
Yeah, you can't sweep me clean.
No.
I'm fucking
and,
Batman.
This could never be his comrade / companion right there. Oh wait, it is, and it's gonna be on Adult Swim in 15 minutes, and it's called. Michael, you want to say the freaking name of this epic?
I don't want to say the name. How about we just air it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna say that it's about smiling or anything. Hypothetically, if you turn on Adult Swim at 12:15 in 15 minutes, you will hypothetically see a tune or a concept.
Here's the deal, guys. Turn on your fucking TV. Watch Adult Swim right now. You're gonna see a fucking cool thing, and you're not gonna regret it.
Please enjoy, everybody. Happy April Fools. We thank you for sticking around. Please enjoy it if you can watch it. And I think that's it. And every donation that you guys gave will go, like we said, to a good charity. If anybody has any good charities, by the way.
We'll post it on Twitter too.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So, please enjoy. Thank you for staying around.
Watch Adult Swim right now. Turn on your fucking TV. Watch Adult Swim right now.
Subscribe.
Thank you very much. That was Michael here telling y'all to subscribe.
He's gonna turn around right now.
You like the darkness? We got a deep.
You guys ever have dreams about Meg Griffin?
Yep.
You ever
Nightly.
have dreams about Meg Griffin pooping in your mouth?
I literally had a dream that she gave the biggest soft serve shit in my mouth of all time. It was the most delicious fucking treat I've ever had. Like she laid a bunch of chocolate frozen yogurt in my mouth. It was so nice.
Thank you for saying that.
You're clearly not a Family Guy fan, because if you were, you would know that Meg is chronically constipated.
There's this blog online of a guy who's obsessed with Meg Griffin laying eggs all over his naked body. I think that's Zach. I think that's Zach.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I can know.
Flicks my own fucking pubes off. Yeah, whatever you say.
What a shitty visual to create. Flicks my pubes into the nearest bar stool.
Pulls my pube off.
Right.
She loves me. Pulls the other pube off. She loves me not.
Yeah, you can die for saying that. You worked for
Chris, you remember we also picked fights with Brinkleberry? Like when Brinkleberry was coming out, we went on the Facebook page. We're making fun of the backgrounds. We're like, this is garbage.
Yeah, we were kind of assholes.
That was awesome. That was fully deserved. Fuck Brinkleberry.
Yeah, Brinkleberry got one.
And there's shitty backgrounds.
Come on, man.
All right,
They're just trying to have some fun.
I'm going to go ahead and stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. I know it was very repetitive and it's stuff that I've all done before, but it is it is definitely part of the challenge. So, as I get further into the challenge, this first part is going to seem much less repetitive because I will be doing a lot more than just the beginning. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. I'm going to catch you guys in the next stream. I'm going to go ahead and raid Mary Moose, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream. I say tomorrow, but I don't know for sure that it's going to be. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. And is that not his name? Mary Moose? It's not working. Oh, it says. Okay, I don't know why it worked now. That was weird. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next stream. Until then, though, bye-bye.